national champion Miami Hurricanes,
The back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers,
the three-time NBA champion Miami Heat, Miami Hurricanes basketball, and now the new home of the two-time World Series winner Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Miami, at a Domino's game, you'll always find your Abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. The Marlins blew out the Angels 12-3. Griffin Conine hit 2 home runs. Kyle Stowers did leave the game, though, with a hamstring strain. The Fish, they host the Pirates tomorrow at 6:40. Rodrigo DePaul scored and dedicated a goal to Leo Messi, but Inter Miami lost 2-1 to Monterrey. Stage 3 of group play is Wednesday at 7:30 against Leon. This weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Have a leaky roof? Take action now. Get your free estimate at 954-968-8155. Temperature getting up to about 90 degrees today, but no real chance of rain, so hit the beach. I am Dan Day, and it is time now for the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
All right, and good morning to everybody. Happy Monday morning, I might add, as it's always a good day because we are live at Dolphins training camp, Baptist Health Training Complex. Always got to get that pineapple in there in the morning, man. Pineapple's been good to our show here. Very, very good. As we say, good morning, and we got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. All day, Dan Day, back in the studio. Always great having All Day, man. I feel like All Day's become part of the family.
He is part of the family.
And Hollywood's with us. I got Oscar out here work. I tell you what, Oscar the cat, man. You can't say enough about Oscar. Oscar doesn't get credit either, man. What have we been dealing with? You get an Oscar, it's a superstar out here. Guy gets here early. He hasn't said one thing about food.
You just give him an Oscar.
Hey, we'll give him an Oscar. You know how usually,
Creative.
you know, by now the
morning.
guy that would be out here would be going, where's the food? I'm hungry. Oh, why are we out here? Like, damn.
Second, you did this Friday.
I know,
Couldn't
but I
give
had
a
to get it off
compliment
my
without a
chest.
shot.
Well, listen, we had a good weekend, and
He likes that.
I just want to get Oscar laughing.
There's no
finally.
compliments come without a
You
swipe
think
at
it's easy
someone
to get
else.
Oscar laughing over here a little bit? Gee, mini Christmas. We
He's
got
definitely
it.
a little more easygoing.
We
yes.
did it,
Yes.
man. We did it. Hey, we got a lot. I love practice the other day. I did. I went to the stadium. We'll get into all the stuff with that coming up here. The Marlins take 2 out of 3. And, boy, I'll tell you what, after losing that first game to the Angels, they got serious, outscoring the Angels 19-3 in those last 2 games. Griffin, Conine, a couple of home runs, yes. Boy, what? That's amazing. You know, the great part of sports is somebody, for me, it's that guy you don't expect that just takes off. And things have gone against him, injury. He's been bounced around a little bit, trying to find a position, goes to the minor leagues. And, you know, and he comes back up and just Conine right now has put him in a situation, and it's a good situation, and it's in every sport where the guy's so good. They're going, all right, we got put him somewhere. DH him, put him in right field. He's got to play. And that's what they've been doing. But a couple of home runs, including just a bomb yesterday in that 12-3 win they had. So they're off today. 3 with the Pirates and a 60-59 record, 3 back. Hey, man, if somebody had told you you're 3 back in the wild card and you got 1 quarter of the season left, 162-game season, you take it and you'd run with it. We do have a lot of football stuff to get to here this morning. We have the general manager of the Miami Dolphins going to join us, John Eric Sullivan, at 8 o'clock. And looking forward to getting a chance to talk to him a little bit about everything, as I'm guessing a lot of tryouts, always trying to upgrade. I see the names coming in and out, man. And by the way, it's not just us. Looking around the league, and every team is cutting guys right now like that. We have those meetings, and they're going up, can't play for us, not going to have any shot before the preseason. So they're trying to find new guys that they think have a chance to come in here and teams are grabbing other teams' cuts and releases and everything else. And of course, Dolphins were pretty banged up the other day for the practice. Now I say banged up. The good news is it's a light bang job because it looks like most of those guys will be coming back very, very soon. And then we got the big T's. Every time I watch Chris Bell run, I wish, Woody, I almost wish they just tell me, Joe, Chris Bell's getting ready to run. Can you turn your head, or can you go grab a sandwich somewhere or something, because he looks good running. I don't know what the date is, and I'm not playing a doctor this morning, Baptist Health. I let them do that, but it's going to be interesting to see. And I'm guessing John Eric Sullivan, listen, the roster is not nearly where it needs to be, and we all know that. But saying that, for what he has, especially, I call him the special 21, this year's draft and last year's draft, 21 of them, 8 2 years ago, and 13 in this one, and a lot of them are looking pretty good. A lot of them are, and I mean little things. Like, I spent time the other day, and I went on, and I didn't do the alumni thing. I was there, but I didn't, and I told them I wasn't going to be there, and then calling, I go, no, I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass on it because I want to sit up there because we got the game, and I want to watch a handful of guys, and I want to watch the young guys. I'm not worried about the veterans. I'm not worried about the guys, those guys. That shouldn't even be a topic. Those guys have proven on the field, not just last year, but the year before, even in hard times. All those guys played their ass off when we weren't very good last year, and when we won 4 in a row. Those guys never changed. So I'm not worried about those guys. They're all still here for a reason. But I watched a lot of those young guys, and I got to tell you, I wanted to spend time because we've been talking about we don't have a number 1 and we don't have a number 2 receiver, and I'm always curious about the receiver position. I am, and what it's going to look like, and well, I'll tell you what, Caleb Douglas. Everybody's been talking about him, and I'm not just going to talk about his catching the football. He's fine. He's dropped a few, but hell, we all dropped a few in practice. It happened. I don't care who you are. Guy's going to drop footballs in practice. He ran his releases that he had, releases right off the ball and bump and run down in the red zone. And one ball was underthrown and not completed, but just his release for a guy 6'4", and then he ran another route where he gave it a post look and then took off deep and did catch it. And I was like, and he can run. He's a glider, but he is flying. He's 6'4", long strider, but he's got really, really good footwork, really good stuff. And this is a guy, honestly, that probably of all the picks, he was our first pick in the 3rd round that people said, man, nobody in our business, the media side, of course, had this guy in that position, going that high in the draft. And, everybody's giving guys grades, probably that shouldn't be given grades, that aren't on the inside of the business. But anyway, man, he looks good. He looks like right now, if you're to ask me who should start, if we're to do, and by the way, now we're getting into the good stuff this week. They'll be traveling tomorrow up to Washington, D.C., and then practicing against the Commanders on Wednesday, and then a Friday night game. So everybody will, you won't get to see much with the practice except what's sent back and our media sends back to you. But you'll get to see Friday night. And it's just a nice start. It's 2 weeks. It's 9 days. And I don't know about you, but I always want to get off to a good start no matter what I'm doing. I want to get noticed. I want to go to every time I'm in a meeting, I want them to go you line up with the first team today, and you go with the first group out there, and all those type of things. He's not the only one, though. There's been a lot of guys out there. I tell you what, Zeke Biggers, man. I've heard about it. Zeke Biggers, 7th round pick a year ago. A Chris guy. Man, he he's looking good. Jordan Phillips continues to look good. And Jacob Rodriguez, the other inside linebacker. I'm not sitting here saying who should start because Dotson, I never take it lightly how good Dotson was a year ago. He was friggin' listen, our two inside linebackers were tackling machines, and Tyrell Dotson was special. But this Jacob Rodriguez, somebody forgot to tell him because he's running around, and he's picking this thing up quickly. He is picking it up quickly and in on a lot of plays right now. So besides a lot of banged up guys, and hey, man, guys go down. Don't stay down too long because you give other guys opportunities, but they do have a lot of guys. And I don't think it's serious. Juju Brents and Dante Trader and Cleveland Farrell and Kevin Coleman and Ben Sims been out now for a little bit. Kevin Coleman, Jamari Sawyer has been out for a little bit and is needed, and Lonnie Johnson. So they have some guys that have missed a little bit of practice, but nothing. And I got to tell you, having Austin Jackson back, and look I'm guilty. I saw him watching practice that day, and my first thought is, and forgive me, oh no, here we go again. He has bounced back with 2 practices that you're going, wow, it's nice to have him back. Nice to have him back. And I mean running around and active, and I mean running. I mean taking off down the field and running. And I got to tell you, man, it's refreshing to see, man, because I see that, and you never know how a veteran guy, where's his mindset is, injuries, man, and this guy's hungry. When I see a guy run 30 or 40 yards down the sideline to try to get in and make a block across the field, which he didn't really need to do, but I took it as a message to all of us, like, I want you guys to see my 300-plus pound body run across the field. So, man, there was some great stuff. There was some great stuff. I was asked all weekend about one question, Woody. I don't know if you've been getting that same question. How good is Malik Willis? How good is Malik Willis? I got to tell you something, man. Malik Willis went outside the pocket and dropped in a couple of corner routes. Tight end, I believe, maybe the 2-2 Outwell. Just made some great throws on the run, athletically, and he's becoming more consistent. Wow. And he took off with just teasers.
Yeah,
just
I've
short
seen it
short
too.
run, just that fake that hand. Because we've been
At least
talking
wait
about.
till he plays on preseason
I know.
game.
I know.
Though.
Well, I don't know how much he's going to play.
Well, you know what I mean. Like I
But
want to see
listen,
something that's not.
I know.
Going against
Hey, by
his
the
own
way, I said
guys
this is a 9-practice, 2-week evaluation is all I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I'm just talking about what I've seen. I went to 3 straight practices, and I was like, okay, bam, okay. He had a nice one Sunday. I told you, man, Sunday,
Yeah.
wow.
Because I was sitting up there with the writers, and it's like, well, that's a sack. It's not a sack. It's
I
it's
know.
like kind of.
I
don't know.
I am trying not to go after could have been a sack. He might have had him. I think he had him. I'm not doing that. You and I were having a good laugh about that. That's a big thing up there with those guys, which, again, really doesn't matter either. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I don't want to fight with those. I don't.
No, it's not about fighting with it. It's
with
just about, like, I just want to see it in a game before I
then you don't have to worry. By the way, you're
Yeah.
exactly right. Defensive tackle goes after Malik Willis outside the pocket, and we're in a game. There won't be any question, well, he could have got him, but maybe not. Well, he let up. And by the way, I'm guessing in a game, Malik Willis will really get to the outside. So anyway, that was some of the stuff coming out. By the way, Commanders news, not good. Not good. And they loaded up. I tell you, they went out. They hit that free agent market hard. And, boy, you talk about not hoping you don't lose guys early in camp, especially key guys. Commanders left tackle, guy we know very well, Laramie Tunsil, tricep injury, out.
Yeah,
May
not
not
good.
be back for the rest of the season. May not be back, especially if they got 3 or 4 games left and they're out of it. But anyway, so Brandon Coleman, who actually, I mean, they are in a little better shape because in 2024 he was a starting left tackle, will be taking over at that job. But yeah, I was just thinking, man, that's Dan Quinn's got to be going, oh, God, please, please, please. You just hope when you guys injured, it's a week, it's 2 weeks, it's 4 days. Last thing you need is finding out, guys out. He may be back in December. Great. We may not have a season in December. We may be out of this damn thing in December, man. It may be.
Should be some good practices, though, I think. That's
man,
a pretty talented team.
So I just said, listen, and that was what I saw, because I was here Friday, and I was here Sunday, and they were off Saturday. But I just want to let you know, man, there was some, and I got some more guys that have set themselves up like, all right, man, you've looked real good now in this last week. You've really picked it up. But now we got to see how you do against somebody else, because we don't know if it's who you're playing against here, or we're going to find out how good you are and how you do. And so, yeah, that's going to be a fun watch. Commanders, I'm calling this the first quiz. First quiz. Maybe
like
test. Maybe
it's a test.
A quiz.
Yeah, it's a little bigger than a quiz, right?
Coach Half has made it clear that these practices against other teams, the two of them, are big stuff for these guys, as well as preseason on TV, on CBS, all that stuff. All right, hey, we got to go to break, man. We got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. We are live here at Baptist Health, Miami Dolphins training camp. They just turned the lights on. What do you need, a physical or something? We got them all set up there, man. See right up there. How cool is that, man?
It's a good view.
Going to meet with your doctor, and he's giving you like a physical or something, or checking out, you hurt yourself, and you just look out on the field and go, oh, hold on, doc. Hold your thoughts. One of our guys. I want to watch Malik throw this one.
Yeah, let me tell you what I think of Malik, yeah. All
right. Hey, let's take a minute to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers this morning. Well, I'll tell you what, when it comes to cars, trucks, and SUVs, this is the best products we've ever had across the board. And I promised them I was going to take a month off from not talking about my Tahoe. We had a blowout. South Florida Chevy dealers and I had a blowout. They said, stop with your love affair with your Tahoe. And I go, man, I like it. It's just me and that Tahoe most of the time. It's nobody else. And it's roomy. Throw all my stuff in there. Man, I'll tell you what. Beat it up a little bit. That Tahoe just keeps giving back, man. It is fantastic. But I do want to talk about the trucks, because we are proud of our truck family. We call it the cleanup hitter of the Chevy family, the Chevy Colorado, whether it's a Colorado Custom to the ZR2, and then right into the big boys where it's talk about a truck being custom made for you. The Chevy Silverado, from a custom Trail Boss to the Silverado EV, 10 models, 4 powerful engine choices. Silverado delivers an impressive balance of strength, dependability, and efficiency. So step up to the hardworking capability that you need every day here in South Florida, whether it's a Chevy Silverado HD, a powerful LTZ with premium style and substance to match, or just go to the big boy, the Chevy Silverado HD High Country. Hey, for the best in trucks and great deals going on, stop by one of those 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. Take a test drive and sit down and get not a good deal, get a great deal at your South Florida Chevy dealers.
560 WQAM conduct.
Check, 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 check.
All right, welcome back. And
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday morning, I might add. Hope you had a great weekend as we're just around the corner, man, from this football stuff. We got preseason this weekend. I'm guessing, I didn't even check, Thursday night. Woody must be the start. We got Thursday, Friday, probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, for preseason, as all these networks are going to want to start getting games out and national games out, and you get a chance to see, especially early on, the back end of everybody's roster and getting it set, man. First to three, and it'll fly through. The good news for the Dolphins, although they just have a few practices left after, outside of today because they leave tomorrow. So it's open today to the public if you want to come out. Always free. I'll take 3. Bring whoever. We in school? Woody, are we officially back to school?
Broward Public Schools begin today. That one I know for sure.
Wow.
We'll have to have our texters help us out with the others, but that one I know is
Dade County's
back in
usually
for sure.
a little bit behind Broward, maybe? I should have read that.
Thursday is when Miami-Dade goes back to school.
Thursday.
Thank you, All Day Dan Day.
Dan's ready.
There's All Day Dan Day,
Yep.
and he doesn't even have a 12-year-old running around
Nope.
right now going.
Whoa, yeah, not that I know of.
No, don't start that. Don't go there with me, man. Well, that's good, man. So kids will be back in school, and hopefully we'll keep it clean today. Keep it clean for mom and dad.
That's true. Yeah, around
Don't
the
worry.
7 o'clock
Don't
hour,
worry.
you got to
Don't worry about that.
Gotta be
No.
behaved.
And John Eric Sullivan will join us at 8 o'clock this morning and talk to him. We got a little special day for him. We'll get into that a little bit as well. But, man, we've got a lot of news out here. Hey, man, it is good. Woody, you slowed me down a little bit, and I appreciate it because I was talking about a combination of being out here Friday and then going to the stadium on Sunday to watch the Dolphins before, really, and they got practice today and tomorrow here, and then they take off tomorrow afternoon. We take off for Washington. But you're right. Listen, this is 9 practices, basically 2 weeks. We've been, I guess the rookie's been here 2 weeks, and it's about now. Now it goes to a different. It's like, okay, so far so good against the same guys you play against every day, and all the 11-on-11s and more one-on-ones here recently, and all the drills. Now you're gonna do it against somebody that's got a different uniform that is as hungry as you are to make a football team.
Yeah, it's just funny. Like this season, I can't remember in recent memory a season where there's been more unknowns coming into a year. Right? We got people picking this team.
That is true.
A lot of people are picking them to 1 win, 2 wins. You got people that are picking them. I'm not gonna throw Omar into this thing, but you got people in the 6 or 7 win camp.
You
I
didn't, throw
think, right?
You didn't throw Omar's 10 in there.
Nope, I'm not going at 10. I haven't heard a lot of people say 10.
No.
But like, right, there's kind of a big spread as far as where people think this team is, and what it's actually going. Who knows what it's actually going to look like.
Before you get to your wins, that's why your original point of now we're going to see what it looks like the next 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna find out. I don't know how much certain guys. He was asked this before about preseason, and I think guys are going to find out that maybe not playing as much, because even though they may not be completely proven for this team, they may say, I've seen enough. I know where you fit in, and we're going to pull back on you for preseason. And then you got other guys that just need to get playing time, man. They need to get some playing time and see. But we got a lot of catching up to do to catch up to. We need some guys to look like front run. We need to be talking about our rookie class and second year class as much improved. And hey, this rookie or the Dolphins have 2 or 3 of the best rookies in the NFL. We need to be having that discussion here in September and October.
That would be a very nice discussion.
Yeah, that's where you are with everything. So I think it's kind of important. And I'll tell you one thing. I've never seen a camp like this. I'll stick with this one and not change my mind, where there's been a lot of roster positions open. And I don't mean just starters. I mean getting playing time to – there's a good chance if you're on the 53, there's a good chance 40-something are going to play on offense and defense. I don't know if I've ever said that. I'm watching. He's got different packages. Some of them have a lot of the rookies on some of these packages that they put together, and those guys out there, man, they seem to look pretty confident, man. They look like they know what's going on, and especially now with 9 or 10 guys banged up. I don't know how many of those guys will be back today or tomorrow, or be able to work when we get up there on Wednesday. But hell, they had, I don't know, were they 2, 4, 6, 8, almost 10 guys that missed practice the other day for the stadium workout. And by the way, a couple of guys got tackled out there. They did do a little tackling, but they definitely want this thing to look physical, because they were getting after it pretty good. They ended
practice on Friday with that big hit.
Yeah,
Rodriguez.
Yes. Hey, listen, man, Jacob Rodriguez.
Blew someone up.
I got to tell you something. So Jacob Rodriguez.
He's got a motor, huh?
And Tyrell Dotson, it's really interesting. It's really interesting to see what's going to happen. Dotson coming off a really good year, a lot of tackles, a lot. Hey, you start talking about a guy over 120 tackles in a season, and you start talking, I think he had 3.5 sacks. I think I saw my last thing, it was 3.5 sacks last year. Really productive guy. I think the year before he had 3 or 4 interceptions. So he's been really good. I mean, he's a great get. And now they go out and they believe they had the best inside linebacker was still there, and they grabbed him. And, man, he just gets better and better and better. And he is quick, and he does make a lot of plays. And as soon as you change the rules and tell him, hey, we can hit a little bit more, we got pads on, he's thumping. Mm-hmm. He's thumping out there. So that will be an interesting one to see. And then Jordan Phillips, Kenneth Grant, and Zeke Biggers. I think they all play a lot of football. Just looking at how they're all being used, I think, especially early on in the season. And this is what I was talking about. I think the rotations, going to be a lot of different guys playing. One guy I want to talk about is a receiver. It's not Caleb Douglas. I talked about him and how good he looks like he's going to be. And again, it's just 2 weeks in and 9 practices. I want to see him do it, see him make some catches, and some of the things he's been doing here. I want to see him do it up there in Washington. But there's another guy that's really interesting. Again, I don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't know if they have a spot for him. But I got to tell you, he makes plays every day. He wears number 88. His name is A.J. Henning, and he shines at every practice. Every practice. Doesn't matter who's throwing him the football. Doesn't matter. He's catching takeoffs. I'll bet you he's caught more takeoffs than anybody in camp. All right. You know, you got to have big plays. And again, he seems to get separation, runs great routes. By the way, the route running's been really good by this group. But he just makes a lot of plays. I don't know. I don't know if there's room with him. I have kind of looked at the roster, and do you keep 5 wide receivers? Do you keep 6? Because some of the wide receivers will also be your return guys. We know how good Malik Washington is. And, hey, there's a good chance Malik Washington is your starting receiver, and Malik's also going to be your number 1 punt return guy. Hell, I wouldn't take him off. He's really good at it last year. I thought he's one of the best we saw all year. His punt returns were fantastic. He makes a lot of guys miss. He gets you extra first down or 2 and puts you in really good field position to start drives on. So I like him a lot. But A.J. Henning, man, it's a weird one. A.J. Henning, 88. I go, oh, man, who made that? Oh, it's 88 again. 88 again. And so curious to see up there some of these guys. And, again, I'd much rather get off to a good start than be struggling and people going, hey, we never talk about this guy. And by the way, whether you're injured or just not playing well, nobody wants to get off that kind of start. It's one thing to miss OTAs or mini camp because you're a little banged up. It's a whole different level now because, man, we used to have 100 guys in camp, and you did not want to miss a practice and give somebody a chance to get in your spot and start looking real good, unless they made up their mind. Now, some of these guys that are banged up, I can look at them and go, no, those guys going to be around. Juju Branson, Dante Trader, Jamari Sawyer, they're going to be a big part of this thing. There's no question about it. But there's some other guys that may just go, I think I'm good enough to go ahead. I don't want to miss this first week against the Commanders up there because I realize how important this is.
Boy, I'm looking forward to that practice, though, man. I got to tell you. Remember how last year's joint practice kind of set the tone for the year?
Oh, God. It's a great call.
This is going to be a pretty important week coming up here for this team.
And I'm not doing, we all do this. And
you don't have to look back. No, you just know the importance of it, and it kind of.
You're right.
Gave you an idea of where we stood at the time.
Woody, you are exactly right.
You'll have a pretty good idea, I think, between the practices and a preseason game. You'll have a much better feel for this team when we come back on Monday.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, some. There'll be guys still get better over the next couple of weeks, but
no. You'll have a much better feel for where we're
so
at.
Everybody
Everyone's
does this.
all over the map right now.
Yeah. Everybody does this, and I see Omar does it and everybody else, how long they've been covering the team, and like they're a 35-year veteran, and this a big – look at, man, that practice they had, and we've had some rough teams through the last 30 years. We've had a lot of rough teams compared to good teams. Rough is in bad. And that practice they had up in Detroit, some of the coaches are still on the staff. That thing in Detroit, it made national news. And trust me, practices against other teams don't make national news unless it's an all-out brawl or you get your ass kicked. We got our ass kicked. That was a bad one. And it was everywhere. Remember, they were showing all the routes they were running against our defense. Oh, good God! I mean, it was bad everywhere, and Detroit got after us.
Well, the team was bad just about everywhere. So
and then we started the year.
Yeah,
we set the tone and went to play the Colts, and we looked the same way.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. So anyway, you're right.
Very intrigued to see what happens this week.
Hey, listen, man. We everybody knows the situation, and it's just how quickly the 21 guys develop for me. How quickly can they develop? And by the end of the year, if a lot of those 21 are playing at a high level, there's a good chance, like Brian Flores' team went 5-4 the last 9 games. Remember we were supposed to be really bad? Brian Flores decides to go, 4-3 or 5-4 in the last 9, including beating Brady. And the Patriots are playing for home field advantage in the last game up there. One of the biggest wins we've ever had, and we didn't want it. we didn't want it. Somebody forgot to tell that team that as they throwing a touchdown at the end of the game to beat the Patriots, man. Well, we're past that. We'll take all the wins we can get, man. I'm not sitting here today hoping to get a high draft pick. We'll be fine. I trust John Eric Sullivan and Half and these guys to to get it done. Speaking of that, John Eric Sullivan's going to join us at 8 o'clock coming up here. We'll be able to talk more. Got a lot of stuff to talk about this morning with the team and talk about everything around this job as well, with a lot of news and the South Beach flu. What do you think of the South Beach flu? You think that exists?
No, I don't.
I don't either. I think it's very overrated. I think if you have a bad team, I could see it, yeah. If you got a bad team, I can see guys checking out and staying in clubs all night and coming in with liquor on their breath and wives calling, my husband never came home last night, that kind of stuff. But I don't see that on this team. I don't see it, man.
We're a little far from the action over here, man.
Yeah, but I just,
we're all right over here.
I don't see it. We're good. We're good. We're good. Of course, I'm living in Davie out west.
Yeah, no, most of the players live out there.
Can't get in trouble out there. There are some guys who live out there. We got guys everywhere, man. Like when I played, we had A.J. Dewey lived in Miami Shores, one of those beautiful Spanish-style homes. Hell, I was living in Harbor Beach over in 17th Street. Bo was living in Las Olas, and
nobody lived out west though. Then, right?
we had guys living in Miami Lakes. I'm telling
but not
you,
like Broward west, not like Davie.
What?
When you were playing?
Yeah.
Did they?
David Woodley.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had guys. It was
Must have been
amazing.
a lot of space out there.
Well, we haven't made people a little easier to get around in the 80s than now. Want to be a little closer to I didn't get caught in any of this nasty-ass traffic we have. Hey, we got to go to break here. We are live at Baptist Health Training Complex, just getting started this morning, and we may have to get jacked up on a little more coffee out here. But we do have a lot. Free practice today if you want to come out. Only got a couple left. So if you want to catch this one, because they're going to be gone, I believe they have one probably next week sometime. I'll give you some dates coming up here. I was given some dates, and I'll have them for you. So I'm not guessing. When Joe Rose tries to guess, it's trouble, right? It's not a good thing. Tell you what, hurricane season is here. Doesn't feel like it, even though it's been raining like crazy and it snapped a lot, but that's not hurricane season. You never know when the big boy's coming. You never know, man. You go, hey, it looks like we're all. No, we got a lot of time left in hurricane season. But I do want to let you know you can protect your home with the best products by calling Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Their windows, Hurricane Category 5 rated. Loctite Impact provides 100% financing with zero down, no interest, no payments for 1 year. You got an old leaky roof, replace your old roof now and you can pay later. Plus, 24/7 roof repairs. If you need that and you're not getting the new roof, that's okay. We'll come out and repair it for you, get you through another year. Best part, Impact Windows as low as $6 per month per window installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Get a deal of a lifetime right now with Loctite. And whether you're in Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach, it doesn't matter. The staff over there will take great care of you from start to finish. Call 954-500-LOCK. That's 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff during working hours to answer all your questions and get everything started for you. LoctiteImpact.com. Check them out. You'll love the work Chev and his team does at Loctite.
The Joe Rose Show is presented by
AT&T. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Extended Wi-Fi coverage.
On FM 1043, and you can listen at WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Classic Albums Live performs Supertramp August 22nd. Classic Albums Live performs Supertramp Breakfast in America on August 22nd at the Casino at Dania Beach. Relive every iconic hit and experience this legendary album note for note, cut for cut. Don't miss out. Purchase your tickets at CasinoDaniaBeach.com.
We've made it easy to find us. Listen to WQAM on FM 1043 or on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Wow, that was so easy.
All of our shows are there live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed. Anytime.
And welcome back. Good morning, everybody. Just getting the kids going to school. Getting them up early this morning. Broward County, first day of school. Yep. My man Leon, first day, 4th grade. Leon loves school. Man, it's nice to have a kid that loves going to school. Like, gets up in the morning and goes, Mom and Dad, I can't wait for the first day of school.
He's very excited today.
That's fantastic.
Good luck today,
man.
buddy.
Max, where's Max now?
He's in pre-K.
Pre-K,
yeah.
All right. And then a quick shout out to Mikey and Allie out here early this morning, icing up the water. I got to tell you, man, these jobs, people don't realize this football thing is not an 8 to 5 job.
There are a lot of people working here too, by the way.
Hey, just to keep those fields looking the way they look like every day, that's amazing. Then all the other people. My man over here, I see him when I leave at night. He's here first thing in the morning, getting the food ready, getting everything out for everybody coming out here. Yeah, man, it's pretty amazing, and the hours that coaches put in, and then they get here early to work out, as we saw a group of guys running this morning early on here. So
you got your steps in, right?
No,
not today.
Today's one more tennis day.
Oh, okay. So you're saving it all for the court?
Yeah.
How'd you do over the weekend, by the way? You had a match scheduled, didn't you?
My son beat me up pretty good.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's been doing that a lot, huh?
Has. It's competitive, but it's not that competitive. He wins all the big points, and
I'm trying to get you to retire out to the pickleball courts?
I don't know. 28 years difference has just not been my friend. That's my new thing is I'm slowing down.
They blame the age.
Yeah. You gotta have some kind of excuse when you get your ass kicked. So that's my go-to line. Hey, so anyway, we're in about a little more than an hour from now. We're gonna have general manager of the Miami Dolphins coming over here to spend some time with us here. 9:30 practice if you're coming out today, and then we'll get rolling, man. This big week, as I've said, we're going from homework and maybe quizzes to the next level with preseason starting up this Friday night, and before that, a practice, which is very important. These practice. I never thought, Woody, you know how like when you see things and like we're starting to practice against other teams, and we did too. We practiced against the Saints. We had a rookie scrimmage against them, and we had a veteran scrimmage against them. And then we went right into a long preseason. So that thing went forever, 7-8 week before the season started back then to get ready to go. But now all of a sudden these practices have become, because you can put stuff, coaches call each other and put what they want to get in there so they can get a look and the matchups they want to get. And listen, Commanders got a lot more experience on their team than we do ours, and I am really looking forward to seeing all the areas that we're concerned about: cornerback, wide receivers, pass rushers. Where's our offensive line right now with a starting five? Looked pretty good the other day. I'm really curious to see how they look against this Commanders team, who did have money for free agency to go out and get some big-name guys.
An experienced coach. You know, we certainly have a coach that doesn't have any experience.
Yeah, but
that's why I think this.
We won't know that, though, Wood.
But
honestly,
you're having the GM on later. I think it's kind of going to be interesting to ask him. So think about what his last 8 months have been like. Right? He goes to the game across the way over here, gets hired. Right? He goes to the Hurricanes game, gets hired, and then has to jump into all this.
They know.
And quarterback and
but I will
free
tell you,
agency and draft.
no. But
it's just
I
a
will
crazy
tell you,
8 months for that guy.
It has been crazy. I'm not disagreeing, but Woody, those who knew what they were getting into.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. But
and honestly, they were told, we know, and if they didn't, if the ownership didn't say this, then shame on them. But I'm guessing these guys knew, like, look, we've left you a friggin' mess. We don't want to call anybody out. You can just tell by moves we've made how we feel. But we left you a mess. And we know you can't clean it up in one time when 60% of your money you don't get. So here, you have a little bit of money to be cheap on the free agency. You got a big draft class. If you can make it bigger, go ahead and do it. But can you kind of build it up? One of the things those guys both sold is John Eric Sullivan is how he wanted to build it. And I know people like hearing the Green Bay way works. Been a lot of good general managers come out of Green Bay, and Hafley's been part of that over there. And within minutes, they signed when the whole free agency thing started up. They had their quarterback, who they're familiar with. So But
it's not just winning on the field, too. It's also you got to change the entire culture of a franchise.
That's true.
Right? You didn't come into a franchise that just had a couple of down years and moved on from their coach. You had a franchise that's on a long losing streak here.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to change the entire culture of this thing, too. And how do you do that when you know you may not get the results on the field?
Look at, man, they got a lot of stuff to clean up. And a lot of it we'll never know behind the scenes. We'll never know. But I will tell you that these guys have already cleaned up a lot of stuff. There are a lot of people who got let go that people don't even know who they are. And go, no. This old way's not working. Break up the cliques, break up all that stuff, and start over. So that stuff's become obviously very, very important. So we'll see. But there's a lot of work to be done, man. John Eric Sullivan's not going around telling everybody, well, we're here, bam. Our rookie's going to be ready tomorrow to win 12 games. We go, well, we anything short of that, they're not doing that. And they're talking about development and culture, like you said, and toughness and work ethic. And, you know, one that got brought up, I was watching some of the podcasts because John Eric Sullivan's done some podcasts here recently. One that was really interesting to me that we've had a problem with is young guys get in a slump and can't get out of it. It just lasts all year. We've had some guys, high draft picks, come in here and either just because they can't play, they do things to either get suspended or they go into, when you go into a funk, it's a form of depression. And, man, mental toughness is just part of this game. And it's not something new, man. It's been around forever. But I saw him mention this. When you have a bad practice, you have a bad week, you can't let it affect your whole friggin' season, man, especially when we're kind of counting on you. And we have had guys, I'm not saying, get suspended on purpose, but we've had guys, go AWOL. Hey, everybody knows the stories. And I don't know I know it's a different time, man. I know it's a different time for everybody, and we got families dealing with mental illness and form of depression, anxiety, and all that stuff that we've talked about on this show. But that's a big one. And so some of these guys that haven't had success that come back and get off to a good start, like Jonas Avayanaya, they're saying, oh, my God, he doesn't look like the guy from a year ago at right guard. Man, that's important. The guy came out and said he lost his confidence. Like, I lost my confidence.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's only concerning because everything was so positive last year, right? It was such a
everything's positive
from
Mike. Like, don't get mad at the players and, just build them back up. But, if a guy goes into a funk, and Mike had a lot of guys go into a funk.
Yes, he did.
He had a lot of guys that just didn't get better. And, I don't know. Listen, man, I'm not saying there's one way works. I know I use this, and I'm going way back for everybody that thought, Don Shula. Listen, Don Shula is one of the toughest coaches to play for, and everybody knew it. First thing I was told, by all the guys in the league, and Cal had a function for spring, and those guys were all there that were in the league, Wesley Walker and Steve Barkowski, and all those guys said, hey, just a heads up, you're playing for the toughest dude in football, man. Like, we heard the practices are brutal. And, what the hell I get into? You get drafted, there's nothing you can do with it. But then on the West Coast, the West Coast genius, Bill Walsh, I go out there and I have a football camp. I'm going to a football camp with some of the 49er guys. So we're sitting around talking. They didn't put pads on. Bill Walsh shows up the first day of their camp.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 80s when they were dominating. And Bill Walsh tells them, two guys I got close to. And he told them, look, if you don't know how to tackle by now, I don't need you to tackle till it counts. So those guys ran around in shorts for camp. And it was just about everybody knowing their assignments and, playing quickly. But he just said the physical stuff you guys are, like Ronnie Lott knows how to tackle. I'm not worried about Ronnie Lott. Every season in the USC and every year he's been in the 49ers, he knows how to tackle. And so everybody did it differently even back then. There's different ways. I'm not saying one way for all, but it is getting through to your guys and getting the right guys that you don't have to worry about, like Ronnie Lott is a good example. If Ronnie Lott could have 3 years off and come out, and he knew that he was going to try to light you up in the middle of the field. We got the 7 o'clock hour coming up here, man. And see this positive. A lot of different ways to do it, but I like the halfway way the best so far.
Camps are always, well, not last year, but usually pretty positive.
Camp was.
You got to be if you're not optimistic at camp, when are you not going to be?
That Detroit thing was a disaster. You're right.
Last year had a bad vibe to it, man.
Detroit was a bad day. That was a bad 24 hours.
Well, look, when you end a season with your owner sending out a note why we're keeping the GM and the coach.
That was 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's probably not a good thing.
That thing was written before the end of the game.
Yeah, that's a bad start to your entire year when the guys got to come out and say, yeah, we're going to keep them on for one more year and see if they can't figure this thing out.
For business, but fresh start, man. Fresh start, top to bottom. Fresh start. Let's nothing you can do.
No.
And by the way, Woody, to your point, everybody wants to know how many wins we're going to get. How many wins we're going to get? I go, I truly have no friggin' idea. I can't even give you a good answer. But I can give you a good answer about this place, Baptist Health, South Florida. The pineapple is alive and well this morning. I'm looking right at it right now. And I got to tell you, when it comes to having one of the top sports medicine programs, congratulations, Baptist Health, South Florida. Boy, I'll tell you what, the team of specialists they put together, I call them just great sports doctors is what they are. Where do the pros go? Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins all use the great doctors of Baptist Health, South Florida. You got to have great team doctors. You got to have great specialists, and boy, do they. They got specialists for the knee, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip, and knee replacement, Achilles. You can go on and on with the great work that these doctors do for high school, college, and professional athletes, just like our professional teams. And not only that, FIU, FAU, high school, college, and professional athletes from all over the country come here to see these doctors. You got to have great facilities, and they do. Facilities that have been great, and we know you'll have great results when it comes to injuries. Hey, sooner or later, if you're active, you're going to get injured. That's just the way it is. It sure is nice to have Baptist Health, South Florida here. Great facilities like the one I'm looking at right now, Baptist Health, South Florida here. next to the training facility of the Miami Dolphins. You can visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day about getting you back out playing the sports you love the most.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Fort Lauderdale. WQAM Miami. An Odyssey Sports Station. The home of Joe Rose with Hollywood, Tobin and Leroy, and Hawk Crowder and Solana. South Florida sports lives here.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Miami at a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. The Marlins blew out the Angels 12-3. Griffin Conine hit 2 home runs. Kyle Stowers left the game, though, with a hamstring strain. The Fish host the Pirates tomorrow at 6:40. Tyler Hero says his contract status is not something he is thinking about right now with the Milwaukee Bucks. He will make $33 million this season and is up for an extension. This weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Have a leaky roof? Take action now. Get your free estimate at 954-968-8155. Temperature going to rise to about 90 degrees today. Overcast skies, but no real chance of rain. I am Dan Day. Now back to the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
All right, welcome back here for the 7 o'clock hour. Good morning to everybody. Want to let you know if you don't have kids going to school, or if you're going to drop them off at school, you want to stop out here for a little football practice. They've only got a few left here before today's practice, 9:30. Only 3 remain, including August 18th. That's season ticket members only. And August 20th is a joint practice versus the Giants, which should be, honestly, yeah, I'd kind of make plans to play hooky if you could. If you're a Dolphin fan, you want to be there for that one, August 20th, joint practice versus the Giants. You'll know a lot about your team in 10 days, or 10 days from now. And man, can you imagine that? We're just about done. We got Falcons coming down here, and then on top of that, if you want to get tickets now for preseason or regular season games, you can check that out as well and see what that looks like. Anyway, we've got a lot going on out here, and yeah, man, it is wide open. And John Eric Sullivan, general manager, is going to join us at 8 o'clock this morning, be walking over here and spend some time with us. I didn't realize, but quietly, it seems like they're moving 2 or 3 guys out a week here. They're adding guys, and if a guy can't play or a guy gets banged up and they don't think he can play, they're constantly trying to upgrade this 90-man roster while they can and try to figure out what they have here. I can't even imagine when final cuts. Boy, don't you feel like when the final cuts are made by everybody and everybody puts their practice squads together, the Miami Dolphins don't sound like a team that's going to be looking for 2 or 3 guys, right? They're going to be looking at everybody else's roster, and I'm sure they got everybody going out to every preseason game that there is with scouts and looking at certain guys. And I'm guessing John Eric Sullivan's already got a pretty good idea who's stacked and has too many players and can't keep them all. And maybe guys we liked in the draft that go to somebody's practice squad and grab them and put them on the 53-man roster. It's a really, really interesting couple of weeks coming up here. And then that big cut after that final preseason game, they make those final cuts. We got the bye week, give you a week to kind of get away with before it all starts up. But it's also the bye week is the Miami Hurricanes going out to play Stanford on the West Coast. Wouldn't mind seeing that first game to see what that looks like. But anyway, we got Marlins off today, 60-59, 12-3 win yesterday. Saturday win 7-0. So really, after losing that first game, end up taking that series. They got a 3-game set starting tomorrow with the Pirates. Griffin Conine, 2 home runs, including a monster shot. It's amazing. Yeah. I'm going to say, what is Griffin, 28 now? No, I think he was a former second-round pick. But, man, he is just.
So I don't know what baseball's going to look like going forward after this whole Dodgers and,
What do you mean?
Potential lockout type thing here, but
it's potential. It might be more than potential.
But at what point do the Marlins decide, like, now, all right, we're a 500 team, right? We need to get over that hump. It's going to take more than what you're putting in. Like, at what point do they make that serious commitment?
So I'm guessing, and what they're trying to leak out there is that once everybody's on an equal playing ground, they're trying like hell to put in the system.
Yeah.
I mean, it remains. I know you're rolling your eyes, but
what
I'm
are
just
what are
telling
the
you.
chances that actually happens, though?
Oh, I don't
like
know.
where it gets to that point.
It's hard to imagine the way baseball's always had things with the high end and the low end teams that it's going to change.
Say you get a salary cap of $150 or something, and like,
at some point,
guys are already under contract.
No. But what you're saying, I know where you're going. At some point, we got to spend money.
Yeah.
At some point, it just can't be through trades and for minor league prospects. So we just did that again. Quietly, we added more prospects by the few guys that we did get rid of. Now, maybe, hey, I don't know. Maybe one guy works out, two guys. But if you really look at all the moves we've made, we have some nice stories. We got some guys that potentially, coming back after this year that have a chance to really blossom and become really frontline players. And I want to keep a core of those guys together. I mean, Stowers is a hard one for me to read. Sometimes I look at him and think he's going to be – I think he pulled his hamstring, by the way. But I feel like Stowers got a chance to be a 100 guy, 100 RBI guy. And, he's got to play a full season. They moved him to first base, I think, to take some wear and tear off his body in the outfield. But
that's the reality of where you're at right now, right? This
yes.
is probably the ceiling for what you've put together.
That's why I think to what you're saying, you got to go out. Yes, you got to add some pieces. You got to add some proven veteran pieces. Again, I know it, and I know what our guy's saying in the front office. I know because he came from it. Hey, the best story in baseball almost every year is Tampa Bay. They're doing it again this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It really is. They truly, and it obviously wasn't just about our guy, because they're still doing it. They're still out in front of, although the Red Sox are playing out of their friggin' mind right now. What a crazy story that's been. And, I mean, ridiculous. So far out in front of everybody else, what they've been able to do the last couple of months.
It's a nice story this year, last year. Like, it's a nice story that the team is playing respectable ball. But you're talking
about Marlins now.
Yeah, but you just gotta get to a point where we're not sitting here saying, "Oh man, they're 500. What a nice story."
Yeah, I agree.
Right, like that.
Woody, there's no way if you're going to ever be a serious contender, you can't just develop the whole thing through your minor league system. You just can't. You can't, or just plug in a relief pitcher. That you can't do it. Now again, we gave up a few guys. And we got some basically prospects back. I don't know if they're going to bring them up or they brought them up already. But at some point, whenever all this is said and done, whether they do get a new agreement and it's something that works where all the teams working a little closer in cap money, they got to spend money. They say they have it. I believe them. I think our owners made it pretty clear that he's not worth hundreds of millions. He's worth billions. And that's good to know down the road that he's going to spend it. But he didn't spend it this year. And he felt, obviously, I don't know, the 12-game losing streak, did that change everything for him? All of a sudden they came back? I don't know. But, Woody, if you're ever going to be and have a chance, and I like the core of these young guys. I do like a lot of them. But
but you get what I'm saying, though, right? You got to, at some point, decide we want to not be the lovable losers that are, everyone's so happy that we're 500.
Right. He's done a nice job. Listen, this manager, with what he has, he's done a fantastic job.
Race, as long as he has.
Then you get injured a little bit, and then all of a sudden Conine's hitting like he is, and since a certain date, he's got as many home runs just about anybody in baseball. 2 more yesterday. Yeah, they got some great stories. They do. They've had a shortstop, Otto Lopez is he's cooled off a little bit, but he's still, having a hell of a year. But saying all that, you're gonna have to go play the game like everybody else plays it, and it's hard to just build a team. And that's it. Anyway, we got to go to break, man. We got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning.
100% on a lockout, huh? Is that?
I would say it doesn't
You don't
look
think
good.
the Dodgers are just going to say okay?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with the Dodgers. I think that
salary cap, huh?
Yeah,
well,
I think those players are going to fight. They've had it forever, and they're going to fight like hell not to give that up. Atlantic Men's Clinic ain't giving anything up except helping you get rid of ED and low T, man. Where is your energy level right now? If you're down with football season getting ready to start and still time for one last vacation, and yeah, let's wait. I'm tired all the friggin' time. I don't feel like doing anything. Just stay home and get a couple of sports packages and just watch games and sit on the couch. Man, that's not how you used to be. You used to stay active and get more out of things. And now sex drive is gone. That's now a problem. You got low T and ED. Well, listen, I'm just trying to tell you, it's going to happen to every guy out there. Just a matter. Hey, it's happening to guys right now in their early 40s that are showing up at the plantation location. Atlantic Men's Clinic can knock it out for you. If you'd like to get your energy level and sex drive back, Atlantic Men's Clinic and their 7 locations in South Florida is going to work for you like nobody's business. And I want to let you know that if you're ready to go, man, and ready to make that change, it can happen for you. You can schedule a consultation with Atlantic Men's Clinic today, get the PSA test, meet with their professional staff, and then get the results and let them put you on a plan that works, man. How'd you like to get your sex drive back? How'd you like to have your energy level the way it used to be? Well, you can get it all back, man. I'm telling you right now, but you got to set up that first appointment. 877-455-7300. I've been on this now, the program for 2 years. Man, I got to tell you, it's unbelievable. It really is. It's unbelievable. Brand new location in Hollywood. I go to Plantation. Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com for more information. It works.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop massive savings on a massive by Lexus of Kendall and Lexus of West Kendall. Your home for the best price on luxury. Now featuring the all-new Lexus TX 3-row SUV. In stock and on sale now. Call 305-KENDALL today.
Couple of accidents now slowing you down traveling in Miami-Dade. This traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Slow-moving I-95 northbound. An earlier accident today still causing delays at Opelika Boulevard, affecting 2 right lanes. Emergency crews are at the scene. That traffic continued to stack up in the area. Also dealing with heavy delays, I-95 heading southbound right before I-185 East Miami Beach. An accident affecting 2 of your left lanes. That's traffic. I'm Alia Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Classic Albums Live performs Supertramp August 22nd. Classic Albums Live performs Supertramp Breakfast in America on August 22nd at the Casino at Dania Beach. Relive every iconic hit and experience this legendary album note for note, cut for cut. Don't miss out. Purchase your tickets at CasinoDaniaBeach.com.
We've got plenty of ways for you to listen to your favorite shows and favorite teams on WQAM.
How is that, if I may ask?
We're at FM 104.3, or you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps. Check it out now.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle.
I've been on a bicycle in so long. Welcome back, and good morning to everybody. You ever jump on a bike with the kids?
I haven't. The kids love it, but
you know, I went out one day. I got the itch, and my bikes were so old. We finally just put them out in front of the house. By the way, if you want to get rid of your bikes, just put them out
in front of the house.
Yeah, where people pick it up during where you can have trash pickup.
The bulk pickup.
Yeah, but guess what? It never makes it the bulk pickup because people come in and they grab the bikes. They were gone.
I've noticed that. Like, we had our stuff out, like some old furniture we were throwing away.
Oh, no. See,
we came back home, and some guy was, loading it into his truck. And I'm like, the hell are you doing? Like, is that the garbage company?
So bulk pickup, people come around. If you got something that looks good, especially those bikes, man. Those bikes were hot. And they were old bikes now.
Huh. I probably should have known because everyone's trying to resell everything these days.
I don't know if it's a resale or just bikes for the kids.
Shaking his head, yes.
And by the way, you know,
it's got to be, right? It's got to be. They're not.
Well, you put all your stuff. Hey, man, junk to you, prize to somebody else, man.
That's why you have a garage sale. Have you ever had a garage sale?
No. You have no garage sale. No. The closest thing.
Picture you out in your front yard.
The closest thing I've had to a garage sale. I will tell you this, and I don't think my kids will get upset about this.
Oh boy.
The closest thing I've had to a garage sale. I came home early in the morning, and I'd been out. I'd been out all night.
Okay.
And I believe Brother Nat Moore had dropped me off at the house. I believe Nat gave me a ride to my house. Now, maybe he didn't, and I drove home myself.
Okay.
But I got home, and the sun was just coming up. And person I was married to was not happy. So I know I probably shouldn't tell this story. This is the closest thing I had to a garage sale. It's getting to that.
I know where you're getting to.
So anyway, I went in the house, and I went downstairs, and I just went in the back bedroom, and I fell asleep. And I heard sound about 4 hours later. I heard a bunch of people out in the front yard walking by, and I could hear, what the hell's going on? So I got up, looked out the window, and realized a lot of my stuff was out on the grass. Just help yourself to my stuff. So people were grabbing jerseys. So that's the coolest thing I've had to a garage sale right there, man.
Fair enough.
That wasn't bad. That was just some stuff that had been thrown out of the house onto the grass. So anyway, but I've never done an actual garage sale. You ever done one?
I don't think so.
I see them all over Davie, man, on the weekends. Somebody have a handmade sign there. Garage sale. Come on over and grab something.
I got to tell you, it's always intriguing to go to those things because you never know.
So
a lot of people have cards and stuff.
Some
they're trying
people
to get rid of.
or some antique that you don't know has value. You're getting rid of grandma's something that grandma had. And
and it's
spend
2,000 years old from ancient Rome.
Yeah, and now you got something that's worth $1,000, right?
Yeah.
That does happen. That's why I know a guy who was interested, and he did that every weekend. He went to garage sales. So
interesting. Someone said metal salvage has value. Old hurricane panels worth major dollars.
Are they really?
I don't know.
Wonder if we got rid of ours.
What are you going to sell them?
I'm not. Good point. Good point. What am I going to do? Have everybody come in and? Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Put a big sign in front of your community.
All right. Enough.
Hurricane metal for sale.
You had to play that damn song all day, Dan Day, didn't you, about the bicycle? That just got me going. Yeah, man, that was the weirdest thing. I put 4 bikes out there because the kids are all grown up, so all their kids, they were in that garage forever, ever. All the tires are flat, the whole thing, and I just took them all and put them out in the front. My wife and I have been on a bike forever. That later that night, it never even made it. I looked out the window, and go, damn. People are grabbing those bikes, throwing them in the back. And they didn't even look at them. They didn't even check them out to see what kind of shape. They just bike, bam, gone. So you're right. That was it for that. Hey, good morning to everybody. We are here at Baptist Health Training Complex of the Miami Dolphins as they get set for open practice to the public. 9:30, it's free. So bring out everybody that's not in school. First day of school in Broward County.
Yep.
And we want to shout out to my man Leon. First day, 4th grade. I can't believe that kid's in the 4th grade.
Oh, he's on the bus by now. They get
4th
after
grade.
it early.
Damn. Yeah, so they're going back to school. Never look forward to first day of school. Just never.
Really?
Never enjoyed school.
No, me neither.
I enjoyed everything like after school, the sports and all that stuff, but just never.
Well, elementary school's okay. But then when you have to start kind of trying, like middle school, high school sucks.
Seemed like at my school they had I kind of remember in the old days they put you in the smart kids together in classes.
Yeah.
The middle kids in class, and then all the screw ups were in that group. I was one of the smarter guys in the screw up in that group.
So you were in the top of the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. I was with the guys.
But yet you went to
getting
Cal.
Kicked in and out of school, and
one of the best academic schools in the country.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't because.
Was it good back then? I mean,
the school?
Yeah.
Yeah. First day I realized I was over my head in every class.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No shot.
They help you out a little?
I had tutors living with me. Might as well marry them. Jeez. You couldn't walk around campus without a tutor with you. What's that? Okay. All right. Great.
What did you need to play? Like a C average?
Ooh, I went on probation a couple of times.
Did you?
Yeah, with dipping below 2. Don't dip below 2. Two semesters in a row. That was trouble.
That's right. That's what, more D's than C's?
Yes, that would be more D's than C's. I got to tell you, though, we had a bunch of junior college. We had some bandits at our school. Mike White was there, and Mike had, they call it the 2% rule, where you could get 2% of the students in under normal qualifications for the school. And the junior college guys out there, well, they go to junior college usually because they don't like school anyway. You go to junior college, and back then, junior college had all the good football players, all the really good players. They didn't like school. So you could get them into school, and there was a way for them to play 2 years, and then they'd flunk out. So they flunked out right after football season. They just wanted to play, keep playing. And we had a lot of junior college guys on our team, a lot of JUCO guys on our team. But anyway, I don't know how you got me sidetracked on all that stuff that nobody cares about.
You started with the bicycle, remember?
The damn bike. We started with that bicycle thing. I can't believe you played that all day, Dan Day.
Didn't you ride? You rode one year, didn't you?
That was a disaster. And I actually had a bike that helps you a little bit.
An e-bike?
I did. And it was still hard.
You with a battery-powered bike?
Yeah, I didn't
you just push a button and go?
Did not use it correctly to get the most out. It was a windy day. And my balance wasn't very good, so I couldn't get the water down to get – I was afraid I was going to fall off the bike, so I just went the whole ride without. Okay. Well, it's sick to my stomach when I got done. Oh, my God. I was sick and lightheaded. Damn, I thought it was over, Woody. I go, and it's a friggin' beautiful charity event for the DCC, man. It was crazy. Hey, so we got 9 practices through 2 weeks. And we got a lot of guys getting better, man. I'll tell you, right now that's all you can ask. And they got a lot of guys really, really playing well. And I got to start with Malik Willis. No matter what you hear about Malik Willis, understand Malik Willis has looked really good and gotten better, got more accurate throwing to his guys, makes some unbelievable plays on the run, throwing outside the pocket, throwing in the pocket. We saw a little bit of running last couple of practices, but we haven't seen it when it's all put together, and I can't wait for that. But we got a few guys that have really started to jump out. Now again, I got to keep saying this. This is a week we'll find out. But Caleb Douglas has just exploded. Caleb Douglas, and I was looking at him. He was in bump and run the other day. Some of his releases for a guy 6'4" were unbelievable. Now, one was underthrown, but he had unbelievable separation. Unbelievable. Made some nice catches Friday and again the other day. So he looks really good. Malik Washington has looked really good as well. And I got to tell you another guy that's really, really had a nice camp. And I don't know if I don't know where he fits in, but I know he's having a nice camp. A.J. Henning, number 88. Woody, every time I turn around, he's catching a takeoff from somebody. He's getting separation. He's making nice adjustments to catches. He has been really, really good. Austin Jackson, man, has bounced back here after being banged up, and we're all concerned, and he's watching practice. And I just to
well,
see.
that was one of the things that seemed concerning watching practice is I wonder how much time Malik Willis is going to have to throw.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, with Austin Jackson at that right tackle position, how important he is. He looked, when he got that stadium the other day, he was a man playing with a lot of energy, running the ball down. I don't know if it was picked off or no, it was a big run. And he was running from the far side of the field trying to get down I just went, man, good for Austin. You know, talking about a bad foot or a bad toe, and the guy's he's just sprinting around there. Jordan Phillips and Zeke Biggers. There were just a lot of guys had really good practices. And I got to mention Jacob Rodriguez, our second-round pick. Friday, Sunday, and it's getting to be more regular that he's making a lot of plays at linebacker. I am really curious to see how it looks, and I don't take anything away from what Tyrell Dotson has done last year. To me, it matters what he did, and the fact is he's still on this team. Telling you, look at a guy has 129 tackles last year. I think it was. What do you have to look that up? I keep bouncing up on a number, but he was really good last year, playing next to Jordan Brooks. He just really played well. But boy, Jacob Rodriguez is this is going to be a fun competition to see how this thing plays out. Zeke Biggers also has really come on strong, man. Really, really come on strong, and is playing a lot of football, getting to play a lot in that rotation right now as well. So anyway, those are some of the guys. A lot of guys banged up for the practice the other day that couldn't go. You know, almost 10 guys that couldn't practice. And for the Commanders, for those guys getting ready, left tackle Laramie Tunsil, highest paid tackle, I believe, left tackle in football, tricep injury, maybe out for the year or close to it. So tough loss for the Commanders. Brandon Coleman will now take over. He was trying to win the job at the guard position. One of those guard positions now have to play left tackle for the rest of this season. And he started, by the way, in 2024, so he's got some left tackle experience there to help him out. Anyway, hey, we got to go to break here. Woody, man, you let me get yapping, talking about my bikes being picked up and all the crazy things going on here. I want to talk about Gary and Harvey for just a second this morning. I do. I love Gary and Harvey, and it makes me feel good when somebody comes up to me and says, hey, man, I used them. I changed law firms, and Gary and Harvey really took care of me. Boy, you weren't lying about Harvey and the personal touch. I said, of course I wasn't lying. I knew what they would do. I know how they treat people. I know communication's important. I know dealing with people that have their name on the law firm is important to people. It is. They like to know, hey, you got my case? I like that, man. Harvey Cohn and Gary Jude have been around for 30 years. and you can call me back. You have time to call me back on a weekend? Yes. Personal injury attorneys in Plantation. Harvey, Cohen, and Gary Judah, man, the partners of Cohen and Judah. Injury law firm, personal injury attorneys. Same partners who will handle your case from start to finish, more than 30 years of experience, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, and small enough just to call you back. And when you're having a bad experience somewhere else and the attorney that you've been handed off to that just started a law firm has quit and you got another one, it's time to leave. Or you're not happy with the service you're getting, it's time to leave. Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah will take care of you, and I mean good care of you. Let you know how everything's going, tell you what they can do for you, and they will handle your case from start to finish. Go to CohenandJudah.com. Read the reviews. People are saying great things about them. The old personal touch and service is still really important to people, and it should be. 866 fair fee. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
The Joe Rose Show.
WQAM is sponsored by Lexus of Kendall and Lexus of West Kendall. Your home for the best price on luxury. Now featuring the all-new Lexus TX 3-row SUV. In stock and on sale now. Call 305-KENDALL today.
Having those breaks this morning, traveling in Miami-Dade. This traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Slow-moving 95 Express southbound. Emergency crews still at the scene as you approach that Golden Glades interchange. Also slow-moving along the Palmetto. This is traveling southbound as you approach Okeechobee Road. That's traffic. I'm Amelia Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
You're listening to The Joe Rose Show. This hour is brought to you by Baptist Health.
All right, welcome back and good morning. We are live here at Miami Dolphins training camp, Baptist Health Training Complex, 9:30 practice. John Eric Sullivan, general manager, going to join us here in just a few minutes. But what do you got? You must have a little Hollywood headline
I got a
build
few
up
things
here
for you here, Joe. So first off, we got a record in baseball here. This one was interesting here. Jacob Wilson played his 111th consecutive errorless game at shortstop. That actually sets a record.
That's pretty amazing.
Wouldn't you think? Would you think it would be more or less? Or
that's more than a season without an error. That's pretty good.
It goes all the way back to last year.
Let me tell you, you start looking at throws. You start looking at bad hops. You start looking at looking down, looking away, and the ball pops out of your glove. I mean, it's just going to happen, man. That's pretty amazing. That's a good number.
I thought pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Gold glove stuff.
Ben Simmons looking to make a return to basketball here. He
Go away, Ben. Go away.
He signed up for a mini camp for the Australian men's basketball team.
That's where he should be. Go back to your country and play.
He's trying to make his return to the NBA here, Joe. He hopes to fully recover from his back and other injuries. There has never been a guy who has stolen more money from professional sports than Ben
I know,
Simmons.
but I got to tell you, man,
list.
I don't blame him. That's the 76ers giving him that huge contract.
He actually got that another contract. It's amazing.
By the way,
I'm trying to think of guys that have stolen money. We've had some down here, but man,
Philadelphia can't screw this thing up this year. There's no Ben Simmons. How about Ben Simmons had to go to the basket? Then he didn't want to go to the basket too hard because he couldn't shoot from the outside. But then he got where he didn't want to shoot free throws. He was a friggin' mess. That guy, that's demons. That's some serious demons, man. That's bad stuff.
All right, Joe. Kyle Shanahan, who is recovering from getting in a car accident. Do you see what he said happened with his car? Well, Tesla autopilot mishap here. He said he dropped his phone in between, the seats or whatever.
I know the story.
The car on autopilot and
story. You can't keep changing the story, man. Even if you're a respected dude, Shanahan is a respected head coach. I just don't understand. 11 days. Guys get in accidents, and you're at fault. It's happened. And it's okay. I mean, God, the good news is she's okay. The person he hit is okay. It just makes you, when somebody's covering up something or not being straightforward, whether it's the police with them or them, it just tells you there's more to the story. And, we are into the conspiracy theories here.
So I don't know about all this autopilot nonsense. I wonder how complicated it is to use. Because, I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but, I wouldn't feel comfortable if you threw your car on autopilot and were screwing around on your phone, whatever else you were doing.
No.
I don't trust you to do that and still rumble down the road here on an autopilot mode.
I'm with you. I was on the freeway with my son, and he had one of those, and I said, no, hell no. You just got to drive. I said, please. And this is years ago when it just started.
Yeah.
No. I don't need that. I see it's impressive. We were in Scottsdale. I said, your ass needs to drive.
Okay.
Just drive the car.
All right, Joe, we had a scam here. A Savannah man was arrested in the Florida Keys after investigators said he was involved in a law enforcement impersonation scam that cost a Marathon resident more than $22,000 here. Long story short, this guy called someone, I'm guessing an elderly victim here.
Yeah. We get picked on a lot.
And falsely told the victim that he had missed jury duty and would need to pay money to avoid being arrested. The victim eventually agreed to pay $22,450 to an unknown man posing as an undercover law enforcement officer
that's
in the parking
terrible.
lot of a Marathon grocery store.
That's terrible. I've been staying with my dad, as you know, out there. He gets them all the time. It's incredible. So he got hit recently with the Grandpa, it's your grandson. You got to send me some money. I'm in a jam and I need it. Can you send money now? Well, he's only, he's got one grandson. So he knew Garen.
Yeah.
And he picked up on it right away. And he goes, so my dad, rips a guy and the guy hangs up, realized. But
that's terrible.
My mother's, one of her best friends got hit with it. She bought it. Granddaughter in Mexico. I can't get out of Mexico. They won't let me go. You got to send $1,500. You got to do it right now, Grandma. I'm in bad shape. She sent it. $1,500. Called my, a couple of days later, called my mother when my mother was alive and told her. I was like, good God.
You know what the crazy thing
Really
about this story is?
Really pick on.
So this is what they call being a little bit of a pig here, Joe. So the guy actually gets away with stealing the almost 23 grand from this person.
Yeah.
It said later that same day the victim received another call requesting an additional $31,500, and that's what tipped the guy off. So then they finally called.
So like,
and
hey,
like, what the
let's
hell
try
is
it
going
again.
on here?
Let's
Yeah.
double up on this. Oh, that's terrible.
What a piggish thing to do.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You get away once and
you've
go
got,
back for more.
If you got,
now you got caught.
a mother, father out there living on their own like my dad, who's still taking on the world, man, I swear to God, they must find them. I don't know how they find them, but they go after him. He just, thank God he doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah.
He thinks everybody's out to get him, so that's good. But, boy, you're sitting there. God, that's terrible, man.
All right, Joe, and a couple of memorabilia things here for you. These are not
got?
scams. We had a 97-98 game-used Michael Jordan jersey photo match to 10 games, including 5 40-point performances from his last season with the Chicago Bulls.
Where the hell do they keep finding all this Michael Jordan stuff?
I have no idea, Joe, but this was the fourth most expensive Jordan jersey ever sold. It went for $3.2 million in a private transaction.
Who did MJ give all this stuff to? I know the security guy.
Man.
His security guy from the documentary got a lot of stuff. He passed away. I'm sure he passed it down to his family, right? Probably. And the kids said, What are we doing with this? We don't care about MJ.
Wouldn't you sell it? $3.2 million. I mean, what are you going to do?
Hey, listen, you need the money. Of course you do. Or even if you don't need the money, you still probably. You're right.
I mean, if you ask me, would you rather have a jersey on your wall or $3.2 million?
I'd love to have. I know somebody's got a very expensive MJ jersey on their wall in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
And be kind of cool to have one.
Yeah, you don't say. So the other
Give me one thing. Give me one thing on a wall you'd like to have. Like I got something on mine. Willie Mays and Tiger up on mine, and Roger Federer. Those are the three guys I got.
That's pretty cool. If I had to pick something, I don't know, maybe a LeBron Finals jersey from his time with the Heat here, possibly. I got one more for you here, Joe. We had a record for a Josh Allen sale. One of one National Treasures rookie patch went for $1.7 million.
Wow.
So there's your Josh Allen record. Now, I do have to tell you this. I have some news for you. I haven't told you this yet. I'm going to be setting up a table this weekend, making my card selling debut here at the Hobby Card Show in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, got to get it. I can't wait.
It's coming up this weekend. If you want to get out there, you check out my table. It's thehobbycardshow.com.
Good.
And that's where people can get tickets. Me and Leon are doing it together. Max is going to sell some Disney cards.
That's excellent.
So the whole family's going to be out there selling cards. We're looking forward to it.
I'm going to give you a couple of my cards, see how they do.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. Thank you. And, hey, by the way, don't go away. General Manager John Eric Sullivan will join us when we come back. Stay with us.
Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Miami, at a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. The Marlins blew out the Angels 12-3. Griffin Conine hit 2 home runs. Kyle Stowers left the game with a hamstring strain. The Fish host the Pirates tomorrow at 6:40. Inter Miami continues group play Wednesday, 7:30 against León in League's Cup. Matthew and Brady Tkachuk say they're ramping up for the season and skating and working out 3 times a week. And a new online series featuring Michael Irving will follow Mark Fletcher's mother, Linda Fletcher, as she travels to all of her son's games this coming season for the Hurricanes. It's called Fetching Fletcher. This weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Have a leaky roof? Take action now. Get your free estimate 954-968-8155. Temperatures around 90 degrees. Not really a chance of rain today. I am Dan Day. Now back to the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
All right, welcome back here for the 8 o'clock hour live at Dolphins training camp. 3 practices left, open to the public. Today's practice, 9:30. We are lucky enough to have General Manager John Eric Sullivan with us this morning. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you having me.
No, it's great to have you. And Nolan, happy birthday. I know you don't want it, but it's okay while you're standing there, and got to enjoy your birthday a little bit and get going. I know you're downplaying the birthday because you got a lot of other stuff on your mind. 2 weeks, 9 practices into this thing. Man, I have felt since late last week, I've seen a big jump in a bunch of guys. Passing game and some different things, and guys feel more comfortable in their 11-on-11 in different situations. What have you seen through the first 2 weeks? Is it kind of where you thought it would be considering all the circumstances?
Yeah, I think it's the natural progression of training camp. Guys are starting to get more confident. They're starting to get more comfortable within their craft, with what they're being asked to do. And I think they're playing faster and playing more aggressive and not worried about making mistakes. And I think when that happens, you start to see guys playing at a better clip.
I watched some of your podcasts here recently, and it was really good stuff. Talk about culture and work ethic and toughness and all that stuff. You know, one that's really interesting to me that has haunted this team a little bit, and maybe other places you've been, is guys don't get off to a good start and get into a funk. Things that work so well in college and you get here, and it doesn't work. You're playing against better competition and have trouble getting out of that. How do you, not just first-round pick, second, I mean, it's just players you're really counting on, first pass rushers, that one move that worked so well in college now, sure, they lock up to you. Guys can't get off the ball. Receivers lose their how do you stay away from that stuff and find those guys? Because I heard your mental toughness is a big one.
Sure, I think part of that is the evaluation process through the college process itself. We're looking for guys who have gone through hard things and come out the other side. Not only in college, but how did they grow up? What have they overcome?
So you do go actually. That's been another one around here.
That's one of the big questions we ask. Like, give us an example of adversity that you've overcome off the field as well as on the field. And again, we're looking for guys who have a track record of overcoming things. And then when they get here to the Miami Dolphins, we preach competition and effort. A lot of the things that don't take talent, but we also preach moving forward. Yesterday's in the rearview mirror. Tomorrow is another day. And if you get caught up in what happened yesterday, you're going to paralyze yourself and your ability to grow. And Half does a great job messaging the team, just talking about every day is a new day. Compete your ass off. Give your best effort, and the mental and physical and the resilience that we require here, I think, and that we will continue to require here, will show on Sundays as we build this thing forward.
Yeah. You got a lot of guys gotten off to great starts. A lot of young guys, and again, I start, and I'm reminded by everybody out there, it's only been 2 weeks and 9 practices, and now it steps up a little bit with the Commanders and a practice with them Wednesday, and then the preseason game Friday. Let me tell you what, can I talk about a few guys here? Caleb Douglas has really come on strong. And, he made a couple catches. People, okay, and quiet. And then you watch him up close, and he can really run, number one. But what has happened to him? He all of a sudden looks like there's a guy that's going, I think I played a pretty high level here. He's got a chance to be real special.
Yeah, well, I think you got to tip your hat to the coaches in the room, Tyke and Kraus and those guys that work with him every day. But Caleb has a lot of natural gifts. That was what attracted us to him in the draft process. He's first of all, it's the body type. He's tall, he's long, he can run. The thing that he can do for a tall, long athlete is he can bend. He can get in and out of breaks. He's got extremely quick feet. And he's like all of them. He's honing his craft. He's getting better every day. He's learning that this is the National Football League, not the Big 12. And I think some of that, just the things that he's some of the hard lessons he's learned early on. He's starting to reap the benefits from that, and that's what you're seeing.
Yeah, Jacob Rodriguez. Wow. Yeah. Man, the last few days he is. He's starting to act like that middle belongs to him. And I'm hearing more in the pads too, side to side.
He's doing a nice job. Like all of them, he's got to continue to grow and turn corners. But Jacob is an extremely instinctive football player. I think you've seen that, his ability, or we have seen that, his ability to cause turnovers, his instincts and eyes when he's dropping into coverage. And then he's just such a quick get off the spot, see it, get to the ball type of linebacker. And he's getting better every day. And it's a really good competition we got going on with him and T-Dot, which I think is good for the team to see. We preach competition. And then if you look at that position battle, like, here you go. Yeah. This is what it looks like at its best. You got a T-Dot who's a good football player in his own right and has started a bunch of games and done a nice job here. And you got this young rookie who's a good player, and they're battling it out.
Yeah. No. Hey, listen, everybody's talking about it. You're right to your point. Malik Willis. He's doing things. I'll be honest with you. This is the first time I've seen him in person through the years as the quarterback of a team and being down here. And I got to say, so I'm not taking shots at anybody, but physically, things I've seen him do. He made a back throw here early last week, back foot. Either Tutu's going to catch it or it's going to be out of bounds. I think that's a great throw. My guy's going to he does stuff physically, to my point.
Sure.
The big arm and the throws that he can make. And I saw him run a little bit, and I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, the combination of the athlete, the traits that you want in a quarterback, and then the person. Quite frankly, when it came down to it, it made it an easy decision for myself and half. And when I was talking to Steven and Danny, ownership, about Malik, a lot of the things that you're talking about now is what I was saying to them. Like, look, physically, there's nothing this kid can't do on a football field. I mean, he can hit you at all three levels of the football field. He can make plays with his legs. He's just such a big, powerful athlete. If he does not become a good football player in this National Football League, and there's a caveat to that, it's my job to put good players around him as we continue to go. And I think we've started that process. But if he does not become a really good football player in this league, it won't be because of the physical traits.
I love the way Austin Jackson, after a couple practices off, and I know you hear all the topics and stuff, but, boy, the way he's practiced the last 2 days, his effort over there after sitting out of practice, I don't know, did you see him run from one side of the field and take off? And
oh, yeah.
Like, it was like he was sending a message but it was good to see for everybody going, oh, boy, that I want to be the right tackle all year, and how different we look when he's at that right tackle position.
Yeah, Austin's a good football player. It goes without saying we need him. We need him out there. Our offense is not the same when he's not in the lineup. But Austin's hungry. I think he's eager to prove to this team and to this league that he's one of the upper echelon tackles in the league. And I'm thrilled that he decided to come back to us, and that he's out there with us, and I expect good things from him.
John Eric Sullivan, general manager of the Miami Dolphins, joins us. All right, I've also noticed where you stand during practice in the end zone. What are you watching, if you don't mind? Different things, different days, or what's the game plan when you come out and watch a practice?
Yeah, multiple things. A lot of times I always think it's interesting when you look at the game through the quarterback's eyes, and when you stand back there and you see coverage and you see how things open up, and then you can see the reaction quickness of the quarterback, how fast he's getting it out based on what's opening up, where the passing lanes are, and then a lot of times I'm also watching the interior battles. You and I were talking before we got on the segment, and as you well know, you actually brought it up. When you're trying to watch all 22 on the field, you're not seeing anything. So a lot of times I'll pick out an interior battle, whether it's Jordan Phillips on Caden Proctor and just watch that battle and how that goes. And so there's a multitude of things that I'm watching, but to your point earlier, I'm watching one thing. I'm not watching 22 players at one time because you can't do that.
All right, so sometimes Baptist Health's one of my big sponsors, and of course, a big part of what we do here. And sometimes some of us in the media play doctor. And I'm guilty sometimes. I try not to because I know my education stopped way before that. But watching Chris Bell, either get me out of here before I watch him run, or because I watched him run the other day again out here. I know you're not doctor either. What a tease.
Yeah.
I was trying to think how to say this to you. So I wasn't sure. How do I say? What do you say to everybody? We saw him. fans got to see him.
Sure.
Against Louisville and how good he was in that game. Running NFL routes. Big, strong dude. He looking better.
Yeah, Chris is, I will say he's ahead of schedule. I'm not here to put a timetable on it because I don't think it's fair to the kid.
Yeah.
He's working extremely hard. I can't say enough good things about Kyle Johnson and his staff and what they've done to get him to where he is today. We're excited about him. I think that goes without saying. He's got the good Lord made him differently than he made most. And that has helped him along in his rehab too. He's just a little bit of a freak that way. But he's working really hard, and we're expecting really good things from him. I don't want to put a timetable on it because I don't want to put pressure on the kid. When I think about Chris Bell, obviously we want him out there as soon as possible, but this is long-term, big picture thinking in terms of getting him back out there because we expect him to be a really good player for this offense for years to come. So I'd rather be a week too late than a week too early.
Yeah, gotcha. I thought one of the things you did when you first got here, you said it, and then to go out and do it, I thought it was really important to get those 3 contracts done for Achane, Brooks, and Brewer. We watched them, and you watch. I'm sure you talked to a lot of people through the good and the bad. Those 3 never changed. They played every game like it was championship week, and I thought it was an important message for everybody to see. You do it right. You do it the right way, and your leadership and all things you're about will take care of it. You got 3 contracts done.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, you know what? It was when you get paid around here, it's going to be based on performance, and it goes without saying when you turn the tape on, Jordan Brooks, Aaron Brewer, and Achane, they're making a ton of plays. And then when I got here and I watched Brew and Jordan, how they worked and how guys followed them and just how they practiced day in and day out, it quite frankly was an easy decision. Yeah. And then to your point, Devon was working through an injury in the spring, as we well know. But when I watched him, and I said this last week, when I turned the tape on, he's arguably the best player on the field every week. And so, those were the things that made it, quite frankly, an easy decision for me. And those guys will be the pillars that we build around moving forward.
We've also seen quietly, you make a lot of changes at the end of the roster right now, looking to upgrade it, anything you see. Can you tell us how that whole process works real quickly? Because there are going to be a bunch of cuts coming at the same time at the end of preseason. I'm guessing you guys can be pretty active in making sure, and you got a pretty good idea who's loaded and who's not and who can't keep, who's going to have to throw some guys on the practice squad. You got a pretty good feel for that around the league.
I do, yeah, and it's in terms of where we are today, a lot of it is just it's balancing your health and your roster and your ability to go out and practice. It's my job, our job as a personnel staff, to always try to bring in, when you have an injury, try to bring in somebody that is the most competitive person at that position based on what's out there at the time. As we go forward and we get into the season, we will continue to churn the back end of this roster. Nobody will sit around comfortably. It's my job to go find players, whether it's practice squad poaches or waiver wire claims or whatever. We will continue to churn and make sure that everybody understands you better show up every day or somebody's going to come take your job.
Yeah. I want to ask you, this one pops up all the time. I see people use my friggin' name in the thing, but I wish they wouldn't. But about the South Beach flu, I think that stuff's highly overrated about that there's this devil out there called South Beach, and the players are going to find it, and they may find it sometimes, but not in an abusive way that it's going to affect their football. What are your thoughts? And listen, I've heard coaches say things when they've left, and said it's hard when you got guys that are out all night and that stuff. It's not Green Bay, as you know.
Right.
It's different deal in Fort Lauderdale and South Beach and Miami. What do you say to that when you hear that and it's been an issue and those type of things?
Well, you can speak to that much better. You played here, you've lived here. I'm just coming through the door. Do I think there are a lot of distractions in the city? Sure.
Okay.
You know, having said that, that would be the case for most NFL cities. You know, they're most of them are in big L.A., Chicago, San Francisco. I think you go on down. But again, we organizationally have to be very cognizant about the individual that we're bringing through the door, what their passion is, where their priorities lie.
Right.
What this behind me means to them. And if we're doing our job, then it should become lesser of an issue as we go down the road. And I don't think it's a big issue today. I think we have a lot of the right people on this football team now, guys that we've brought through the door, guys that I inherited. You know, it's early, but so far I feel really good about those things. I think we have the right kind of guys that have the right kind of wiring and makeup, and football is a priority in their life.
Goals for this team. As you put it together, we talked about the draft classes and the guys coming back, a little bit in the makeup and what this thing might finally look like. But your goals for this group, especially the guys that you have brought in?
Just to get better every day. And I know that's a little cliche. None of us have a crystal ball. None of us know what this is going to look like 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks from now. If we continue to gel and come together and overcome adversity and grow as a unit, then I think there's good things to come. What that timetable looks like, I can't tell you. And I think it would be unfair to the team to try to put a timeline on that. But if we continue to stay together and grow and overcome hurdles and adversity, I have no doubt where this is going and what this will be in time.
You know what? Just getting to know you a little bit and following all the things you're doing, I've never heard you make one excuse or use the dead money once. I use it all the time for you, but you don't. It's reality.
Sure.
But we talked earlier. You knew when you guys got this job. It wasn't some surprise when you walked in and went, "Holy crap! Hey, what the hell? What do you mean? I got 10 cents on the dollar." Yeah.
I knew what I was signing up for. I knew there were some challenges, but everybody knew that. It was a big part of my interview process with those that were involved. Obviously, Steven and Danny being the most important.
Yeah.
But as you would expect in an interview process, I kind of laid out my plan, how we will build this team, what that looks like. And it's not a quick fix. I never thought you could live in the middle. We had to be disciplined in how we move forward to get back to a healthy spot within the salary cap. And they understood that. And they were very supportive of it. I think all of us expect to be as competitive as we can be every time we step out on the field. None of us are looking to make excuses. We expect to win. Are there some unique challenges in 2026? Absolutely. Anybody with 2 eyes and a brain that understands football knows that.
Yeah.
But we're not going to use it as an excuse. And I do have a plan, and we have a plan, and we will execute that plan. And how fast, we get to a point where we're competing for championships, we'll see, but we will get there.
Last question. I'll leave you alone here. I appreciate you doing this. I really do, especially on your birthday with practice coming up here. Importance of this practice compared to the preseason game. Any more importance the actual practice you're going to have against the Commanders versus Friday night's game?
Absolutely. I think anytime you go and compete against another team, you have to go into it with your eyes open. I mean, you played this game for a long time. You know when the lights come on, there are people that elevate and there are people that disappear. And I think it's the first opportunity to see who rises to the occasion in a competitive atmosphere against another team. So, yeah, it'll be a great evaluation tool for us.
Happy birthday, and John Eric Sullivan, thank you. I'm having trouble calling you Sully. I just
my kids don't like it either.
Damn, I'm trying. I know everybody's calling you Sully. I got people in the street calling you. I go, do you know him to call him friggin' Sully? Okay. Anyway, thank you so much.
Hey,
really appreciate it.
Thanks, Joe.
Great having you. General manager of the Miami Dolphins, talking a little bit about the team. Hey, summer is upon us, and Dr. Barry's team of Recovery Unplugged has your back. Their mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale is a private, comfortable space to heal with music-based care that hits the right note. They accept most major insurance plans. I want you to call 954-737-4508. If you visit recoveryunplugged.com, you can learn more. If you're off the road, guys, anxiety, depression is bothering you right now, it worked. 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. This summer, heal out loud.
The Joe Rose Show is presented
taking responsibility for everything, for that too.
So I was trying to be careful not to bring up what has happened in the past with missing on guys, and we find out they were demons long before they got here. This had nothing to do with it. They existed before.
Yeah.
We talked about going way back. Not only talking about going back to hometowns and high schools to find out stuff. Maybe times have just changed, right? Maybe so. Anyway, we'll find out. Obviously, see what happens going forward with everything, and being able to see what this thing looks like right now. I give him credit, though. I don't hear him throwing out, "Hey, I just want all you guys to know that I don't have $170 million of my cap. You know, got to build this through the 21, man. Build it through the 21."
And it is the reality, right?
It just is. That's not.
And he said the same thing. He said, "I don't know what this is going to look like in 3 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now." I don't think anyone really has a great idea of what this thing is.
He's saying that.
There's so many unknowns on this team. I think he knows that too.
I think when he got the job, he said, "Hey, listen, man, I knew what I was getting into."
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like you get there, you buy a house, and you find out, geez, man, when I got the house, I had no idea the neighbors all sucked. I had no idea the pool's got holes all over it right now. And right?
Yeah.
Like, he knew. Yeah, he was ready. The Chris Bell thing's pretty interesting, though. That's a little squirmish for everybody, right? Talking about.
Yeah.
He not even running with the brace. Can't wait to see today when he comes out and warms up a little bit.
You're on that scouting report with him. I like that.
Well, I figure if I might as well do it in front of him with everybody standing here and see if I hear about it later or not. But what the hell? What are you going to do? Anyway, John Eric Sullivan joining us on his 50th birthday, man. He didn't seem really too jacked up about his birthday today, so I didn't want to push the birthday a little bit. But
I think guys are kind of
happy birthday.
A little calmer about their birthday, right?
Yeah. 50. I'd love to turn back the clock and feel 50 again.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice one. I wouldn't mind that. Hey, so anyway, there were a lot of things. I ran out of time and didn't have enough time to talk about some other things. And wait, some of the guys have played, but he does have a lot of guys making a splash. But this is a big week. He made no bones about two preseason games. Tackling and hitting under the lights is different level. Hey, man, we had some guys down here that were great players in practice, tearing it up and got under the lights and just folded like a chair, man. Just, it happens, right? Guys come out here and either press or just, maybe bad matchups and get in a funk and get affected by everything around them. That's reality too. But you hope, these guys now, damn, when we look at some of the schools our guys are from, I'm guessing, right, the jump, I thought the jump from high school to college was the biggest one. That was crazy. I was still super skinny, but I don't know, man. Some of these guys make this jump now with this stuff, the competition and who you play against. Just seems like.
Oh, look what college ball's become, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen, there's a lot of NFL cities right now counting on rookies to come in and have an impact right away. So anyway,
those playoff games they played over there, man, those are about as intense as it's going to get.
Yeah. No,
that'll get you ready for the next level pretty quick.
I'm glad you brought that up here, and not to go away from the Dolphins, who have an open practice at 9:30 this morning. If you're coming out, only 3 left this season. This preseason, then be moving on to games and stuff, and they'll shut it down. That's one thing. I loved kind of an NFL feel to it going through those playoffs. Maybe we adjust where the games are played. I don't know. I don't have a problem with that either. I thought what Miami did going to Texas A&M and winning that game and going to Texas to play Ohio State.
I mean, the game's already set. They kind of are where they are. It's whatever, but.
But I just thought it was great.
It was a lot of travel, but yeah.
No, but it was fantastic. Look at it. It's like being a wild card team.
Yeah.
Right? You're traveling. You got to travel.
Then you got a home game at the end.
Then you get a home game. Yeah, got a home game and had a chance, man. Had as crazy as it was. A couple special teams plays, like to get back.
But the atmosphere at that last game, I mean, you're not going to have anyone that played in that game that's going to get onto an NFL field and be like, oh, this is just too much. Because that atmosphere was pretty intense.
A lot of good players on that field that day, including the number one pick and
a lot of first rounders in that
number one overall pick, actually. So yeah, that's fun to watch. I like college football, and I'm looking forward to this season. Of course, the Miami Hurricanes. Man, I'm glad they're going to Stanford for the first game. I am. I'm glad it's not a really, really small school. I don't think you get anything out of those. I don't think you get any.
Those FAMU games?
They would never be on my schedule. Never.
I mean, I guess you get one towards bowl eligibility still. Is that?
I know, but I'd just really rather play.
Well, if you're like FSU or something,
but I'd rather. If I'm Miami, it's just me. I'd have FIU or FAU on my schedule every year.
Yeah, I'd love to see the state schools play each other.
I'd have no problem having UCF on the schedule.
Yep.
I don't know where UCF is right now. I don't know if they're down or where their football team is right now. But
they should all play each other every year. They should find a way.
Well, right now, I don't think Florida's in a hurry to play Miami.
No.
Do you think?
No.
They got to get that thing rolling. I don't know, maybe. Hey, and I also happen to be somebody that thinks it's good for, especially the ACC, to see Florida State and Miami good again. Remember, I always love when somebody goes, "No, screw that. We're going to kick their ass. I want to beat them by 40." I'm like, man, I love going to those games. People ask me my favorite college football games of all time. It's not even close. Florida State, Miami games. How about the day game where half the stadium at the old Orange Bowl with people were passing out. They ran out of water. People are dropping around us right and left from drinking alcohol out in the parking lot. That's a hell of a game.
Well, how do you get these games back on the schedule, right? And maybe it takes TV. Start making offers. Hey, if you guys play in this game, we're going to pay X amount of dollars.
I don't know.
Because if you're Florida and you're looking at it big picture, first of all, you're making the same amount of money to play a couple of cupcakes and then the SEC schedule.
They have no incentive with 9 games. They're going to now play in the SEC.
So there's no incentive.
There's none. They have to play Florida State. That's in a contract.
So that's where it's got to be like, all right, we're going to, I don't know, maybe can they branch out? Can another network get involved? Start, some pay-per-view games or something like.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? They got to find a way to make it so that there's a reason to do it. Miami doesn't need it either, to be quite honest.
You'd like to see Florida State come back and be good again or no? Or do you just hate them that much? Oh, jeez.
I don't care. It doesn't. Come on. I don't know why you think it makes a difference. We're like all AC, like we need the ACC to be good.
You don't want to see some other teams good?
To be quite honest, I don't know.
There's no quite honest.
I don't know how much longer the ACC is going to last, man.
It's going to be around.
Like, something's going to happen, and it's probably going to happen soon.
If it tears apart, don't worry about Miami. They'll be fine.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there may be a version of the ACC left, but it's not going to be with Florida State, Miami, and Clemson.
I don't think anything's going to happen right away. And
it seems like it's
this year
trending that way. There's a lot of rumor mills in college football. I don't know how many of them you follow, but
this year is looking right now. Mm-hmm. By the rankings. You saw the rankings? The second team was ranked like 20th. The second team, I think, was it Clemson or it was SMU? 3 teams in the top 25.
Okay. What does it matter?
It matters. It's just telling you that everybody goes that the ACC's. We need Clemson to be good.
But it's not going to change the fact that if Miami
we
takes
need
care
FSU to be good.
Miami beats the teams in front of them, takes care of their own business, like it's not going to change the fact that if the ACC's terrible, Miami wins all their games, we're not going to. It doesn't matter.
But if you slip up, somebody grabs you like
every
year.
Last year, and they still got in.
Yeah, that's playing with fire, though.
Yeah, it was.
That's playing with fire.
It was almost one loss too many. But still, that's the point. Like,
And now they got this new thing with Notre Dame basically guaranteeing they get in, although
Notre
you
Dame
looked at that
I
schedule.
don't think they play a ranked team outside of Miami, do they?
They got a schedule from heaven.
Yeah.
They got the schedule literally. I remember they used to play. Well, listen, I don't know what they don't play USC anymore, huh? The USC Notre Dame game used to be that was automatic. I don't know what happened there. All right.
Someone just said the Miami schedule is historically weak. Plus, they play in the ACC. They shouldn't be allowed to schedule FCS teams or FBS. Some of those other teams are pretty.
I tell you what, I love what they did last year. I love the fact they had Notre Dame in Florida early in the season.
Yeah,
I love that.
And they went up and played South Florida.
Went up and played them. They had a good team. Where'd that quarterback end up?
He went with his.
He went to Auburn, right?
Auburn, yeah.
Yeah. See how he does there.
Probably
all right,
poorly.
You think your guy's gonna be very good at South Florida?
Hartline?
Yeah.
I hope so.
You know anything about him?
Brian Hartline? Yeah,
I know Brian Hartline. I'm asking their team. Hartline's not playing. He's just coaching. I was wondering what their schedule.
I've heard a lot of new players.
Great.
A lot of new players.
You're full of information. We know your school, Jerky. Hey, Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Let's talk about that Chill Zone Air Conditioning for just a second. Melissa, I know. Had to do it again over the weekend. I had to call you. Thank you so much for coming out. Melissa De Verona, president of Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Oh, my gosh. I got to tell you. These air conditioning units I have, first it was one, now it's the other. I should have just got them both at the same time. The work they do, man, and being on time, bringing out great people, getting the piece you need to fix it, and getting it done for you. Hey, listen, you're running your air conditioning units hard, probably like we are. And when you do, and they break down, they're going to break down all the time. There's nothing you can do. The problem is people that aren't on time. Second problem is people that come out and have no idea what they're doing. The third one is they just automatically go to get a new air conditioning unit. It drives me friggin' nuts. Well, Chill Zone Air Conditioning doesn't do that, man. They're super reliable. Service is fantastic. Whether you need a new air conditioning unit, whether it's just repairing the one you have or duct cleaning or anything else, call 786-378-2778. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQM. It's chillzoneac.com. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Remember this, Melissa is a president who also takes all the phone calls. She has a family, takes all the calls, got a lot of experience on every one of those trucks to make sure you have a great experience. If you're ready to make a change and not happy with the air conditioning company you've been using, go to Chill Zone Air Conditioning. You're going to love them.
WQAM broadcasting live
Don't miss a thing.
All right, welcome back, and good morning, everybody, as we are live here at Baptist Health Training Complex. Miami Dolphins practice starts at 9:30 this morning, and I want to thank John Eric Sullivan for joining us here on his 50th birthday. A lot of birthdays today, man. And Nolan turned. I started to say her name. I don't know her number though. Can't say women. I've learned the hard way. I said something the other day with my wife, and I thought when we got away from everybody, she's gonna rip my head off.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want. They get up to a certain number, and it's not cool to say.
Okay.
So.
What number? Have you figured out what number that is?
Yes.
What's the cutoff?
Oh. With her, I'm guessing started at 5-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I would guess. Yeah, everybody's weird.
Fair enough.
Were you weird about turning 30?
30?
Yeah. Was that a weird one for you?
Not really. 40 sucked. I just turned 40.
40, you're a young man, bro.
Not
40.
really.
Come on. 40.
40 is like halfway there. Just about.
Hey, there ain't no guarantees, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
40 was rough, man.
Yeah, 40's a sad one.
All day, you think, man? 40 for you was rough?
Yeah, because I'd be out and I'd talk to ladies and they'd be all interested and they'd ask how old I was and I told them 40 and they're like, "Oh, I don't date 40-year-olds." So that is that's for a younger.
At least you're honest, man.
Yeah, I know. I learned my lesson by now. So, but yeah, a lot of women that were in their 30s.
I did that single. That line
Dan's
stuff.
right. Like
Never
the
worked.
difference between 39, like you tell someone you're 39, you're like, "Oh, he's young." You tell him you're 40, like you might as well have told him you're 60.
Back off.
I don't know about that.
I got to tell you, man, I got 70 coming right around the corner. I'm like, damn, and I see my boys all there, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah, geez, man, that's a different number now. That's
You got a little while to go, though, don't
yeah,
you?
right. Yeah. Yeah, I got just a ton of time. Hey, by the way, the Marlins have the day off today and open a 3-game series with the Pirates after 7-0 and 12-3 wins the last 2 days. Griffin Conine, 2 more home runs, man. What a story. That guy is playing with some serious confidence right now. They went from, I don't know, I mean, some guys have been banged up anyway, but they went from like, we'll get him a pinch hit here and there to he got to be in the lineup now. He is he's got the hot bat, and boy, I'll tell you what, he is hitting some home runs here since getting in that rotation here a little bit on this team, and really helping him. So good stuff, man, for Griffin Conine. 2 home runs yesterday for him. We've got the Miami Dolphins on their way after practice tomorrow. They're going to be going up to Washington and practicing against the Commanders, minus Laramie Tunsil, by the way. Terrible, terrible news for them. You know what's funny? You know guys are going to miss practice. You know guys are going to get hurt. Guys are going to pull muscles. There's going to be, like, oh, I hurt a little bit sore there maybe, and they'll give them a day off or two. But, boy, you get that tricep injury or Achilles or ACL, and you know it's damn near season right there. You're done. Close to it, if not. I mean, Laramie Tunsil, what are they going to do? Like, going to count him back? Like, we think he'll be back in late December? Hell, they may be out of this thing after 13, 14 games. But they got a good team. They picked up a lot of veterans through free agency. And so those will be fun matchups to watch on Wednesday. I'm really looking forward to getting out there for the Wednesday practice to see how our guys do against some other competition. That's the big thing. So
I just want to hear they held their own, man. I don't want this to be a situation like we had last year.
Well,
it was really funny last year. Remember that? People were like, oh, how could you make such a big deal about a single practice? And then they came back the next day.
Well, that was their take.
And
that was their take. And then, well, the embarrassment is it became a national story how bad they were. That never happens. Fights are what make national
that was
stories.
In Detroit, right?
Yeah.
It was up there?
Yeah.
Were you there for that one?
No. I wasn't. I was with you. But
you'll be there for this one.
I will be up there. And but you know what? You saw the video, and then the guys are all calling you going, man, we got our ass kicked. You should have seen they got kicked around by every part of that team got kicked around.
It is
so
weird
you
when
hear
you
that,
start,
and
you
you're
start
like,
hearing talk on the
that's not
national
good.
shows about it. Yeah, that was not good.
Like I said, fights are one thing, and and how coaches handle fights, and they kick them out of practice. And I saw the Raiders kicked a few of their guys out of the next practice, which I'm guessing they're
Kirk
okay
Cousins
with that.
And Mad Max got in a fight or something.
Yeah, that was their big fight.
He's a bit of a lunatic, that guy, huh?
Yeah.
Just a bit.
He says, I've had this problem my whole life.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I think.
Say.
Yeah. I started to say the S word. Yeah.
Yeah.
No S. Yeah. No
Stop
question
yourself.
you've
Good
had that
job.
problem. We know. We've seen it up close. Hey, by the way, there are some nice stories and some nice starts to this thing with 9 practices and 2 weeks basically here with days off. And the rookies, of course, have been here a little bit longer. But, man, I'll tell you what. Again, they're only playing against each other. And so we'll find out what that means. But I'm really curious to see how our young, because we're mostly young guys, going to play against their veterans. And we saw them, by the way, in Madrid last year. It's completely feels different, their team, including having their starting quarterback back, which makes a huge difference. But see how our young guys hold up. To me, the guy that's really made the biggest jump in this whole thing, I don't even know if it's close. There's a lot of guys having good camps, but the Caleb Douglas, what he's done from mini camps and OTAs injured to kind of a slow start, and then, I don't know, practice 3 or 4, had a couple of touchdowns in there, and then, but man, he has just really, really caught fire and looked good. A.J. Henning, I don't know what they're going to do. He makes a catch or two, and by the way, I'm not talking about a short catch, but seems like if you were to be watching every one of these practices, I'm guessing A.J. Henning's caught more takeoffs than anybody out here. He has caught a ton of takeoffs. I don't know if they have a spot for him. I don't know how they feel about this, but and by the way, he's made some adjustments to catches, but guy that, wasn't in the plans last year has really, really made a nice splash to this team and off to a good start. I think Jalen Wright right now, watching him, looks like the second running back. I know they look a lot different when Austin Jackson played like he did the other day at right tackle, coming back, and with the energy level he played with, especially at the stadium. So Jacob Rodriguez, I think a lot of the young guys have had nice starts. I don't know how well we cover yet. I'll be very honest. I don't know. Our 2 probably starting safeties are out. Our 1 starting safety who's been out for sure. Dante Trader, Juju Brents has been out. So we got a few guys out there, but I just want to see if we can cover how we cover their receivers, and that would be number 1. And number 2, can we get a pass rush against their offensive line and those drills? I'll be really curious to see which guys get going there, because those are 2. I can tell you, and then our wide receivers, they've started to get separation. They've been able to catch the football. Now we'll see how they do against the secondary. So all those areas that we had concerns about before, I think we want to see how they do against this veteran team with the Commander. And by the way, Commanders, they got a lot of good veteran players on that team, and they're healthy right now. We played them over in Madrid. They were banged up and had a lot of guys out, including their starting quarterback. But this will be good work. And like you said, hold your own, have some wins, and this is the kind of game you get confidence. It's one thing that we don't have a lot of veterans on this team.
Mm-hmm.
So now you play against veteran guys that are Pro Bowlers or really good players like they have, and you have some success against them. It feels different. It'll be great for your psyche, for your confidence, and here we go. I call them the Special 21, man. These last 2 drafts that we've had are really going to tell you everything you need to know about this team. The 13 they drafted this year and the 8 last year, who, by the way, all played a ton of football. I've never seen a draft class play more football from 1 to 7 from their 7th round picks. play more football than last year. I've never seen anything like it. Play more regular season, and I don't mean on special teams, played on offense and defense, like our draft class last year. And we'll see coming back how many of those guys can keep this thing going and jump to the next level. I think Jordan Phillips is already looking like he's there. I think they think Dante Trader at safety is going to be really good. He's got to stay healthy. Love to have him out there. Part of this, too, man, you can't miss too much time, right? Young guys are, you got a lot of tread left on the tire, and you hope those guys don't miss too much friggin' time with this thing going on. All right, listen, we've got a lot more 9 o'clock hours coming up. I believe the coach speaks
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9 o'clock. Head coach
8:55, right? Doesn't he gets out there early?
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, he's got those guys trained, man. Don't be walking in there at 8:59.
Yeah.
That's wild. He comes in there early.
You like that, don't you?
Dude, I just think be on time. I'm not.
It was, it was the first thing you asked him when we met him.
I was embarrassed I did that.
Really?
I was so frustrated knowing all the
I know
stories.
it was right in the middle of all of it, and you were very upset.
Yeah, but how do you meet somebody and go, how do you feel about guys being late?
Well, I think you said, hello, I'm Joe, and then you went right into it. But I think you said hello first, at least.
Yeah. I got some people skill things I got to work on. Right?
He gave you a great answer, at least. You were happy about the answer.
You know, are you kidding? Are you kidding, brother?
Yeah.
Did you really?
I don't think he said brother like he was
I know it
Hulk
sounded
Hogan
good.
or something.
Oh, that's
but,
what I was doing. I was throwing a little of that in on you. I'm super sure about one thing. I'm super sure about super sure. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for that renewal. You know how that works. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps, and so do the risks. That's why I'm introducing Super Sure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. Super Sure is a super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts, which translates your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com.
If it's going down, you know we on it. If it's going down, you know we on it. WQAM got Miami Sports.
or go to atlanticmensclinic.com.
Granger, for the ones who get it done.
The best time to recommit to your gut health goal?
Okay, hang on, over here.
It's the legendary WQAM FM and HD1 Miramar, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. WQAM Miami, an Odyssey sports station. The home of Joe Rose with Hollywood, Tobin and Leroy, and Hot Crowder and Solana. South Florida sports lives here.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Miami at a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. The Marlins beat the Angels 12-3. Griffin Conine hit 2 home runs. Kyle Stowers left the game with a hamstring strain. The Fish, they host the Pirates tomorrow at 6:40. Matthew and Brady Kachuk say they're ramping up for the season. They're skating and working on their game 3 days a week. This weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Have a leaky roof? Take action now. Get your free estimate 954-968-8155. Temperature is going to rise to the low 90s today with a very, very slight chance of rain. I am Dan Day. Now back to the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
All right, welcome back here for the 9 o'clock hour as some of the fans coming in here and all jacked up and getting ready for a 9:30 practice. The coach talks to the media at 9 o'clock. Then they start making their way out here. Only 3 practices left for free out here. And then preseason games, 2 preseason games at home with the Giants and the Atlanta Falcons.
I see fans starting to make
And
their
then,
way.
man, we're going to be off and running here. We're going to have John Eric Sullivan. We had him on earlier this morning. If you missed him, general manager joined us, came out here for his 50th birthday, by the way. Big 50th birthday for him. So we got 2 weeks and 9 practices in here as we jump into week 3. And I got to tell you, you're surprised by certain things and probably should just put this at top of my list. I think Malik Willis is really friggin' good. I'm just saying, I know what he's got around him. I know it's got to develop, but I'm just telling you, when people come out here and see him throw the ball, there is no question not only who the starting quarterback is, but that he's got a chance if he gets some help. If he gets a little bit of running game, and if that offensive line can stay healthy, and a couple of these receivers develop, hey, you know, it's not crazy. I've been dying to say this, and I was going to wait till tomorrow to say this. How about down the road here a little bit into the season? Caleb Douglas starting on one side and Chris Bell on the other. How much fun would that be? Your 2 third-round picks out there starting with, you know, with Malik Washington and all the rest of the guys, Tutu and all the rest of them playing, but seeing those guys playing a lot of football and catching it.
Yeah.
Getting open. Boy, I tell you what, you talk about if that happens and we get a half a season with those two playing together, my God, would that be. And then, obviously, Malik Willis got to stay healthy. And make
these practices are going to be good, man, this week.
Well, he's not going to get touched.
But yeah, I know, but you're still talking about seeing him throw against his own guys.
You know, Woody, you're right, but I've seen physically what he can do. Now, listen.
Well, you're used to watching the other guys, so I understand where that comes from as well.
Don't put a cloud over me today.
I'm not trying to. I just think you need to just.
It's been 2 weeks.
A little.
I said this has been 2 weeks once out here.
Okay.
I just. He's got the goods, man. And
I saw it. I watched him.
Long as he gets some help, and guys got to get open. Can't do it. I mean, he can't have guys
protection back there.
You can't have guys following your receivers around with blankets on your back. I get it, you know, covering guys like a blanket. But he is. These people that haven't seen it, first thing they see when they watch him throw, go, holy smokes. You know, you're talking to John Eric Sullivan. He's seen every throw, so you're telling, hey, you remember that throw? And he goes, no, I know which one you're talking about. I know which throw you're talking about.
You heard him say it, man. He said he's got all the physical tools.
Woody,
he's going to be a great player.
Woody, if for some reason, and again, we haven't had one preseason game, but if he ends up being the guy, and it's just been a couple weeks of practice, but he ends up being the guy that we don't have to take a draft pick and we can start getting into all the other stuff. And we're developing our quarterback this year that we know is going to be the guy. Oh, my God, you just get so far ahead of the game. Now, again, there's a lot of football ahead before we know that and the injury bug and all that stuff. But, boy, if he just ends up looking like the guy and plays well enough where you go, hey, and fans will know, right?
Yeah, everyone will know. And here's the thing. You go into next year's draft and you're like, all right, what big – talented wide receiver can we draft? Well, yeah.
Oh, when you said big wide receiver, that was an easy one. Jeremiah Smith.
You'd have to lose a lot of football games to land him.
No, you got to be real bad.
He's going to be probably pretty high up there.
You know, I hate to do that draft stuff because there's going to be some guys that have great years in college football and they're going to move way up. There's going to be guys develop and guys that are talented, guys at all the big programs that are going to end up having great years. But it's hard to imagine, if Jeremiah Smith stays healthy for a third straight year, that he isn't the first guy, minus quarterbacks, taken in the draft. Quarterbacks always, if you think 2 or 3 of those guys are going to be franchise quarterbacks, then you'll take one. But outside of that, that kid, he's something.
That team has been spitting them out, man, those wide receivers.
Yeah. Ohio State?
Yep.
LSU, Ohio State have been fantastic with what they've been able to do with some of the talent and guys they've been bringing out. And I know my buddy's going to start sending me texts about calm down on Malik a little bit. Don't get too crazy.
It is early, but I'm with you. I saw it the other day, man.
Well, he rolled out.
The guy's got the physical goods. Yes,
he's getting more confidence with the guys he throws to.
Yeah.
It's his team. He's starting to act like it's his team, which it needs to be. This needs to be his team. And, but man, physically, again, I know it's not just about physical talent. We've had some guys who could throw a ball 200 yards that couldn't play. We had a bunch of them. You could send them in to me to calm me down. I get it. I know. But boy, I'll tell you what, he can make all the throws. Now that doesn't take care of all the other areas we need. We got to find out if we have enough wide receivers. We got to find out if we got enough guys to cover. We got to find out if we have enough guys for a pass rush. I'm guessing we're short on them right now, and we're probably going to need more for next year. But next year is next year. I don't want to jump ahead of myself because we got 17 coming up this year and 3 preseason games as well. But, yeah, you just want to see improvement and see a lot of these injured guys come back and be able to go. But for people coming out here, I think they're going to be surprised on where this thing was the first few days and what it's looked like over the last 3 or 4 days. It's just been amazing improvement for everybody.
I'm not reading any of these mean texts, by the way, this morning.
I don't care. It's fine. Listen, if you're going to do this for a living, you're going to – morning, guys.
You want them?
No. I mean, it's
you
fine.
Want it? Someone said Malik had this talent coming out of college. What's changed?
What's changed? Experience has changed.
Okay. Well, see, you had an answer for that
Confidence, experience. Well, we're going to go by –
let's give you an answer for
what
this
he had
one.
in that one.
Every preseason, Company Joe gets excited about the team.
That's
and then
not
reality
true.
slaps him in the face.
Well, listen, Debbie Downer, I like what we have to do. And you may not like it, but some of these things –
I told you I wasn't going to read these, but I know your paper blue. I'll get it for you 1 second.
Yeah, here, I'll get it.
You gonna get it? I'm gonna I'll keep reading these. All right. I'm not even gonna read the one about him getting hurt. That's stupid. Joe thought Tua was really good too initially.
That's not true, but I accepted him. He was going to be here, but I've never been on the Tua bandwagon, and it's been a long time, and especially late. When I got to see true colors, was not a fan at all. No.
Someone's upset with Dan Day. Slight chance of rain. It's pouring in Boca. You didn't cover Boca, Dan? What are you doing over there? Jeez.
Man, I didn't get my meteorology degree, so you can't fault me too much. I'm sorry.
In fairness, it does look like there is a slight chance of rain where we're at right now. Slight.
Long as it doesn't rain in one place.
Slight.
Or those tennis courts and plantation.
Someone said you've been using brother quite a bit lately. Who have you been hanging out with?
No, that's a WWE thing, the brother.
Yeah, it's Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I like that one. But anyway, hey, listen, we'll see. I just want to see good players and play, and with this guy, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like.
By the way, I'm
it's
with
nice
you on
start.
all the stuff.
Nice start. Nice
start.
start.
I told you I wasn't going to read them. You asked.
But I know overall, we don't have the talent of other teams right now. I'll be the first. Well, you got to be stupid not to see that the players we've let go, whether they're right guys or not, but we gave away some. Look at, if we had our number one pass rusher back, he'd be our best pass rusher by far. If we had Waddle here right now, he'd by far be our best wide receiver. If we had a few guys here, yeah, they'd be our best players. But also at some point, we got to develop young guys. We didn't do a very good job of that.
Yeah.
And the quarterback, we'll see. The good news is if he's not the guy and it's a whiff, they'll draft one with a high pick. I don't know. I hope we don't have the first pick.
Stop reading them. Stop looking.
I'm not looking.
It's a 7-0 Bo.
Oh, they're not doing 7-0 Bo.
They threw 7-0 Bo in there.
He should never said that. Not his finest work.
That's okay. He was feeling it at the time.
He was.
So you got to go with the heart. Whatever it tells you.
I go, Bo, man. Are you sure about?
Well, telling you.
You know what I mean? If we do this and we do that, then we got in. I go after the Colts game on the road. I go, hey, bro, how you feel about 7-0 now? Are you 6-1, Bo? So yeah, that changed up a little bit. Anyway,
Dolphins may need to do like a jersey swap. Seen a lot of former players on these jerseys.
Hey man, I feel.
I don't know who people are buying these days. Like I don't know if the store's right behind us, right? Like I don't know who they're selling. There's a lot of H-Chan jerseys.
If you bought a jersey the last couple of years, I do feel bad because.
Yeah, I haven't bought one recently.
Because it's a good chance. Hey, I got some of the old ones. I got a handful if you want them at home.
I'll take them.
Jerseys.
I have a Trent Green and a Fiedler. Those have been my trusty Dolphins
No, I
jerseys.
have I have a couple. I have a couple of them.
There hasn't been much
I
of
was
a
going to get them
reason
signed,
to
and I
update.
ended up not getting them signed, or couldn't get them signed. Not sure
They
which
said
one.
no?
I don't know. Not sure. I'm not sure.
Are they going to be in your man cave? You're going to put up Dolphins jerseys?
No, I'm not putting up jerseys. No, I'm not putting up any jerseys right now. Hey, I want to tell you about Choice Mortgage here real quickly. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Need cash to maybe pay off taxes, liens, judgments, IRS, high interest rates, second mortgages, credit card debt. Call Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage, 561-441-2730. If you own a commercial or residential property with equity, call Michael right now. He can help you. He's been helping Floridians for more than 30 years. If you're looking to buy a home today, he'll get you pre-approved with little money down. Now's the time to lock in before interest rates might be going up even higher. Call him on his cell phone or text him. He's always working. One thing about Michael, allowed to get you approved so much faster than the banks, is he works Saturday and Sunday. The guy works 7 days a week. 561-441-2730. Nobody been doing it better and longer than Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage with his 30-plus years of experience. MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
Baseball coverage on WQA.
running smoothly.
Slowing you down.
Rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed. Anytime.
Brother, thank you. All right, welcome back here. Before we get to General Manager John Eric Sullivan here in just a couple of minutes, just talking about last jersey you bought of the Dolphins. I didn't buy, but I do know I have a Merino and a Jason Taylor jersey. Those are two. You have any jerseys?
Yeah, I got a Ricky, too. I have a Ricky, a Fiedler,
You know
and a
what,
Trent
man?
Green.
I got to tell you, at the time, it's just me. Yeah, you know what? Now you look back, you know, kind of time the way things ended and Ricky, all this stuff. It was full of all kinds of stuff, right? You didn't know the guy was going to flunk a drug test or he's going to be okay to play. But when that dude played, he was really, really, really
Yes,
good
he
player.
was.
You run for 1,853 yards in a season.
Yeah.
He had an unbelievable year. I mean, that thing was by itself. It was just a huge, huge season.
Now, you won't wear a jersey to a game, right?
No, but I tell you
I know
what.
you worked the Dolphins games, but if you went to any other game as a fan, you wouldn't wear one?
No.
Okay.
No.
I do.
I'm not. But Ricky be a good one to have.
Yeah.
You know, I think people through time have looked at Ricky, and I think Ricky's one of the more popular guys in this. And by the way, he wasn't when he left.
I think people realize
Jason
how
Taylor
stupid the
and
whole
those
weed
guys.
thing was.
Yeah, but it didn't change. I mean,
remember back then it was like, oh my God, you know, how could he do this? Now it's like,
hey, the first thing the players did was, hell, they weren't even worried about money. They wanted to just give up. They didn't want drug testing on pot. They want to be able to smoke.
It's just crazy. You look back, and him and Josh Gordon were the two that got hit the hardest, I think, of that.
Josh Gordon, talk about another guy.
Yeah.
Those might have been the leaders in the house for talent.
Josh Gordon's the biggest tease in history, right?
Oh, my God, if he could have played. But every time he'd come back, he was good.
Yeah,
Didn't
for a
he?
little bit until
And
something
then-
would happen.
And then he'd have another little episode and get suspended again. Wasn't he selling used cars or something for a while? He was really
Imagine
going
the
through it.
suspension for weed was essentially what the suspension for gambling.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, you're right. Crazy. So if you're to tell me a Dolphin jersey, after having a chance to know everybody
Someone just walked in with Jarvis Landry.
And see everybody.
Is that Omar? No.
It might be. If it's Jarvis Landry, it's a good chance
Omar's
it's
friends?
Omar.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. It's an interesting one.
You talking about right now?
No, just all time. Just all time. I was thinking the undefeated teams. And
Well, the Merino jerseys are still always going to be
Merino
number
jersey,
one.
you just can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong in the Danny jersey. Nope, you're right. That would be.
That's number 1, 2, and 3, man. That's yeah.
That's number 1 and 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
My son has a Dan Marino jersey. He wanted one. So he's still very popular.
Yeah.
You can let him know that when you see it.
It is funny to hear young kids and they got a Merino jersey and go.
You see a big statue in front.
What do you remember? Well, yeah. Listen, it's named after him. You see him off the turnpike. He's Dan Marino. Let's say Dan Marino Boulevard. What's it say? Dan Marino Road.
Yeah.
Dan Marino something.
Well, think about it. My son's only had Tua. Told me the other day, he goes, "I'm pretty glad we got rid of him. He wasn't too good." He's nice about it.
He's good enough to.
But that's the only quarterback he knows.
He was good enough. We gave him damn second. That one's just not going away till this year's over. Everything he does is on our dollar. Everything he does is on our dollar. And don't think everybody's not going to mention that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever happened in the history of football.
Where you give a quarterback a monster contract and dump him?
Well, and he's going to make so I hear Baker Mayfield go, I think I'm a $50 million a year quarterback. I was watching Hard Knocks. Not Hard Knocks, but the quarterback show. I watched
you got on it.
I
It's
did.
good,
I watched
right?
it yesterday. And he was talking about, hey, man, I think I'm, a $50 million quarterback. And I was thinking, yeah, we're paying a guy $50 million. It's just not on our team.
Baker has come around, right?
By the way.
Turned into a good player.
I had no idea that he calls out fans and goes back after the game
he's a
to
lunatic,
find them.
Right?
He goes, I didn't forget you.
Yeah.
Now tell me what you think. He's screaming at some Seattle fan.
Yep.
Tampa Bay went to Seattle and won the game.
Yep. Remember how much of a lunatic
They didn't
he
lose
was
a lot
in
after
college.
that. They didn't lose a lot after that one.
He calmed down from college, though, at least.
What do you mean?
He was nuts in college.
He's nuts, period.
Do you like Cam Ward in it?
I love Cam Ward.
Yeah.
And Cam
He's
Ward's
good,
another
right?
one. Listen, Cam Ward's not worried about – it was weird, though, seeing his coach get fired.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And, I'm sure he thinks, first thing you think is, guy tried to help me, and all I did was get the guy fired. But I thought that show was really good. I enjoyed all of them. I thought they all had –
Flacco's interesting.
Flacco's great story.
And then the guy you're going to see later this week.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. How about that?
Talented
How about
guy,
that comeback?
too.
Yeah. No, he's all those guys. I just thought all that stuff was fantastic. That show was just really, really fun to watch. I watched Hard Knocks and I watched the quarterback show. I got all caught up on it. I love Seattle and Hard Knocks. Love it. Get a really good feel, especially for the head coach.
Yeah.
Really. Okay. He got a lot of great players. And when you got a lot of great players, that's not easy. That's not an easy one. And that thing got together, and it just was great. Just played unbelievable. The whole thing was just fantastic. So I don't know if you get a chance to watch the quarterback. So what was the catch? The theme was that they're all first overall picks. Is that right? I don't know if that was true. That's not true. They're all first-round picks, though.
First round, yes. Because Jaden Daniels wasn't.
That's right. Jaden Daniels, second pick.
Yeah, it was Caleb Williams, and he went.
Yeah.
Both ended up being. Well, Caleb Williams is.
So now JD, I worry about Daniels, though. He is a slender cat.
I know.
Can he take it? He's jumping over and flipping over guys.
Yeah, he had the big first year and then banged up.
So that's the only thing about all this running, man. It's great to see somebody running, but how are you going to hold up doing it? That's going to be a one.
The hold up is Josh Allen, and he was
finally
all
got
sorts
hurt.
of banged up last year.
Had to get. Didn't he get surgery? Did
I don't know if he got surgery or not, but he was.
I think.
Speaking of which, did you see some of the stuff from their new stadium, the Buffalo Stadium?
Said it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, except that they got all these like obstructed view seats and stuff that they built wrong. They got seats that stare right into staircases.
Who said what?
I'll show you some of the photos. They're pretty wild.
I didn't know that. That's not acceptable in today's technology.
No,
that would be terrible. That's not. That's
they
not
built
good.
it like Fenway Park or something.
Hey, Wood. So we're going to have John Eric Sullivan join us here. It's his 50th birthday, so he'll join us when we come back. So stay with us. We're here live at Dolphins training camp. Back in a moment.
Off day for the Marlins. They're at Lone Depot Park tomorrow.